feel like mine's angled way over.
Just move it a little bit.
I need to wait.
I'll move your deal.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Wasn't enough.
Well, it should be now. Yep, there we go. Cool. I'll move Mike up a smidge too. Awesome. That works because I give everybody a second to join the stream. So. It works because I give everybody a second to join.
Okay, I was just making sure that the audio was working.
Everybody's mic. Sound
Yeah.
good?
Boner.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the new intro.
Is it because you watched Soul this week that you're just jazz singing all over the place?
Piano is my spark. It has to be.
It has to be.
What a good movie.
It was a good one.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for checking this out. This is Velocity Entertainment. I'm your host, Kyle Leonard. Each and every week, we scour the internet for news and video game, movies, video games, sports, and TV news that you guys might find entertaining, and we talk about it here live on Monday nights. If you like the show, remember, you can like us and support us on Facebook.com. Just search Velocity Entertainment. Same goes for YouTube and podcast services all over the world. But remember, there is no show without the men across from me. First up, we have the long hair. Don't care. Thug nasty. Dropping them in the dirt. Laying down the hurt. The all-knowing, almost Samoan. Dishing out crosses. Taking no losses. The most luxurious dude in Sioux Falls.
Yes.
Tanner Ells.
Yes.
I have I have a lawsuit on the way.
Yeah. Did you get for not wearing a tie?
If you're wondering, hey, he's not usually the most luxurious.
Tell him more.
Well,
Tell him more.
we have the trash talker. Drops more bombs than Hurt Locker. He's the nerdiest, the flirtiest, and the second most luxurious tonight.
Outstanding.
Michael Otamende.
I told you this is a cashmere polo.
We should keep it this way.
It's totally not. No.
I wouldn't have it any other
What
way.
color are your eyes? Are they blue?
No, they're brown.
Oh, I was going to say,
Boring.
well,
Gross.
can't switch
Yeah,
them
gross.
then.
Gross.
Gross.
Hitler would have me offed already.
Yep.
So, in case anybody was confused, it was a personal request from Tanner, who had worn an actual button-up shirt, that he would be the most luxurious today because Mike had some things and forgot or didn't have time to.
Zach, if you're listening, you're the reason I had to go get your car towed.
Thanks, Zach.
Who just hits a curb and then just their
I was,
tire comes
I was
off?
actually just going to say females, but he doesn't have an excuse.
My grandma does.
But
Well, female.
She hits lots of
I guess I've hit curbs
Falls
too,
in
but
the
my
category.
wheel didn't just fall off.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So how have your guys' week been? First,
Didn't rear naked choke anybody.
I didn't.
way to get that out of the way right away. I appreciate
I
that.
might this week, though. Let's see.
See.
I was going to say, I appreciate that. We're going to do, so as I was saying, we're going to do 2 separate episodes for the awards. That is not true anymore. We're cutting the news out because it's kind of a boring week anyway. We had like some lawsuits against CD Projekt Red I was going to talk about, but like, I mean, we can all kind of gather that that's going on still.
I got.
So we cut that out. We're going to do the Disney tournament, and then we're going to jump into the awards show and do our Pokemon 80 questions because 5 people did not give me suggestions. Only 4 did. So,
Gross.
motherfuckers, grow up.
Also, a question. I don't know if you asked this at some point. We get 80 questions for all 4. So if we get 1 and 6.
Yeah, all those questions
Yeah.
transfer.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Can we, like, let's say we're stumped on one, can we move on to the next
Yeah.
one and then come back?
Oh.
Yeah, you can do that if you want.
Oh, get wrecked. It's going down.
It's going down for real.
Please don't do that. That was
No,
so white of you.
I am white.
I know.
He sounded
I
so
know you-
disappointed.
I know you sit close to me, but I forget sometimes.
So real quick, me and Tanner watched Soul with Jamie Foxx.
Oh, how was it?
It was so good.
good.
So
Such a
good.
good movie.
Does it make you cry?
It made me cry.
Okay.
The first time I watched it, I definitely cried, and then the second, not like crying, but like I was
Tear.
choked up a little bit.
Tear.
You know, it's a sweet movie.
Sure.
We have a habit of like when we watch movies, like one of us is gonna cry, like just kind of look away from each other or look up
Yeah.
and just blink a lot.
It was so good, man.
Yeah.
I would recommend it. It's so good. I moved it up into the awards today.
Oh,
But definitely worth a watch. It's on Disney
it
Plus.
just came out, I think, right?
On Christmas, yeah.
Yep, Disney Plus.
It's on Disney Plus for no premium fee, so you can just go and watch it right now.
Well, if it's gonna make me choke up, I don't want to see it anymore.
Well, yeah, but it's like because we also watched Wonder Woman, and
Not as good.
meh.
Not as
Not
good.
super
That's a
awesome.
hard meh. For
Not as
me.
good as the first one.
And I'll tell you this: I did have to go back because it was so bad. I fell asleep for like 30 minutes, and I had to go back.
I'm hearing that a lot. A lot of people fell asleep, so it's not
The
worse.
first one wasn't so bad.
No, it was good.
No, it was
The
good.
first one, it's not worse than the first one. It's trying so hard to be the first one that it just gets like cheesy.
Oh, that's.
I feel like, in my opinion.
Also, gosh, I just don't like the way they portrayed Pedro Pascal. Like, I don't like the person he played. I get it.
Oh,
you know, he's an
Maxwell
actor.
Lord.
Yeah, I just didn't like.
I was
the
fine
role.
with that.
Is he in every movie and TV show now? By the way,
Apparently, he's
He's
just
the
the
best,
cat's
so-
meow now.
he is
the
the best
best.
actor in Narcos, which you guys haven't seen, but it's okay.
I'll probably agree with you. Does he play Pablo Escobar?
No, he's one of the guys hunting Pablo Escobar.
But he,
Yeah,
I'm okay with his portrayal of his role in that movie because that's the character he was supposed to be.
I know it's the character he's supposed to be. I didn't like the character itself. I was like, they made this dude kind of freaking weird.
Yeah, the movie was really campy and really cheesy. I won't spoil anything because obviously it's brand new, came out on Christmas. But I mean, there's some CGI and stuff where you're just like noticeably uncomfortable watching it. Where you're like, okay.
okay.
Yeah.
But they give her some interesting new stuff to do. So it's like I said, no details, but I mean, watch it and form your own opinion. It'd be fun to actually go through and do like a spoiler segment about it.
Okay.
Maybe next week or something. Quick announcements. Last week we were too busy with Christmas. Obviously, we would expect you to forgive us for being too busy to do the second part of the Fellowship of the Rings podcast. But hopefully next week we can get the second part of that done and out to you guys.
We could even do it sometime during the week.
We could, yeah. Like I said, I'm
Just not tomorrow because it's literally blizzarding all day.
right.
Wednesday, Blizzard party here.
Blizzard party here. We'll play Mike's game.
I'm so excited for that.
So yeah, go like that. It's the same podcast, but go check it out and listen to the episode 1. Remember, we're gonna give away a prize at the end of the trilogy if we ever get there. So 2 years from now, we'll have that prize. We'll have that prize ready to go. Without news this week, we're jumping right into the Disney competition right away.
Nice.
So
We didn't even update this one.
I did not.
It's okay.
It's my fault.
It's okay as long as you have them there.
We know it.
I didn't update the doc, so now these guys are mad at me. But
We'll survive. We'll survive.
Deep sigh.
least I can do is get rid of the old pictures. So this week, as I had hinted at last week, The Lion King finally makes its way into the competition
Oh no.
against Monsters Incorporated.
Because I love Monsters Inc.
They're both such good movies. Like I actually made it a point to watch all 4 of these.
I was gonna
last
say,
night.
how late did you stay up last night? Jeez.
2 in the morning.
Goodness. I was gonna say, like, I made it through what, Lion King, and what else? What else we watched something earlier in the day?
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch. Oh yeah, I made it through Lion King and Lilo and Stitch. Yep.
Wait. Oh.
Because that's
never-
the second one.
Yeah, second
we'll
one.
get to
We'll
there,
get
but-
we'll get to that.
We'll get there.
Let's see here.
Where did
Oh boy, Lion King versus Monsters Inc. Ooh.
Ooh.
I am going to have to put Monsters University as a prequel sequel, as well as all the other Lion King prequel sequels.
Yeah, there's a bunch of both. Well, less for Monsters, but
Yeah, only one.
Yeah,
for
they only got
Monsters.
the one.
and then I think they got a TV show.
Oh, do they?
A whack one.
I was actually pleasantly surprised by Monsters University. I
Me
guess
too.
we'll get to that.
Yep, I was.
Yeah, calm down. We'll get to that.
Well, you're taking forever. I don't know what you're pulling up.
I was pulling up pictures.
Just watch.
Lion King's plot. If Tanner, you wanna kind of get us into it?
Yeah. So
Majestic.
Mufasa had a baby, and then they held him up in front of all the animals. So, I'm trying to think of a good way.
That is kind of how it
Where
starts.
I don't know. He's raising his son. You can tell that he's got the jealous villain Uncle Scar that is upset that the son was born and is going to be next in line for the throne. Simba gets in a little trouble by going to the elephant graveyard when he said he was going to the water hole.
Oh, I just can't wait to be king.
Yeah. What a simp.
Right. Mufasa saves him from the hyenas, brings him back, kind of gives him a stern talking to. Shortly thereafter, Scar kind of comes up with the plan with the hyenas to get rid of Mufasa so he can take the throne.
Great song, by the way. Be prepared.
Be prepared. We'll get to that.
It is. And then, spoiler alert, there's a stampede and Mufasa dies. And
I haven't seen it yet.
Simba.
What do you mean?
I just get...
Simba, nuzzles up next to him all sad. Dad, wake up.
I sent a Snapchat to so many people last night of just that part.
Why would you do that?
Like I said, it was that part, and then I panned over to Tanner, who's like literally looking at the TV like that. He's like, "This is whack," and I was like, "He's probably fine."
He's probably
dead.
And I got like 5 replies that were just like, "Dude does not look happy to be there." I tell them all of them. I was like, "Yeah, we're all pretty unhappy to watch this part."
Oh, that's good.
Pretty much.
I love it.
So
yeah.
Mufasa dies.
Mufasa dies, yep. Scar tells Simba it's his fault, kind of runs him away, takes over the pride, and
Dude,
moves
I love
the
that.
hyenas in.
I love that part when he's like, "Run away, Simba, and never come back." And then like 5 seconds pass, and he's like, "Kill him."
Yeah.
Oh, ruthless. I love it.
Yeah.
And he
like-
goes way away and meets Timon and Pumbaa, and they teach him about the finer things in life.
Yeah. They take him under their wing.
Yep.
Forget about the past. The bad things happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. So why worry about it, right?
But then doesn't he start simping when that girl comes back? And,
Oh, for sure.
And
he's
she's
simping.
like, "You got to save the kingdom."
We talked about this last night too. Though.
Well, it's
the
funny
looks,
too because
but-
you see him wrestle and she pins him, and then he gets pinned, and immediately as soon as he gets pinned,
Nala? That's the way they
Yeah.
pinned him when they were kids.
Yeah, and then they start talking. He meets Rafiki, talks to Rafiki, and
All over the course of probably, I did a little research over the lifespan of a lion to see how long he was with Timon and Pumbaa, from like cub to adolescent lion. It's probably about 2 years, 3 years. They were like,
it's not terrible.
because they assume he was probably about 4 months old when he first met Timon and Pumbaa, and then when he's got the partial hair on his head,
Yeah.
that's about a year, and then from there their mane grows. So it
Yep.
could be anywhere from 2 to 4
Yeah.
years old. Simba could have been.
You didn't say your thing to Blake.
Fuck you, Blake. I was waiting for a break to say it. Fuck you, Blake.
But yeah. Isn't that 1.5 or what, or was it 2.5, or is that that time period
It's
you're
like
talking about?
it's like a spin-off sequel
Yeah.
that they do. Yeah, Lion King 1.5.
Which I just watched with Anna not too long ago. It is decent, but it's a very short movie. It's like an hour and 10 minutes or something.
It's more like a spin-off than it is
Yeah.
a true
I
sequel.
don't even know if I'd call it a true movie with how short it was, but it was good. It was good.
It was an episode of Game of Thrones.
It's an
So
episode
Simba
of Game
grows up with Timon and Pumbaa.
Pumbaa.
of Simba.
Yeah. Sees Nala, whatever, talks to Rafiki. Rafiki kind of gives him the hint, like, you need to go back. You are kind of your father's legacy. So he goes back and sees Scar give his mom the old pimp smack.
I am the king!
He loses his shit.
Yeah.
That moment was awesome, dude, when he, like, bodies his mom. And then he, like, comes
There was
up.
nothing awesome about that.
Well, no, when he pops up on the ridge and he's like, "No!" And, like, roars or whatever. He's like, "Mufasa, that's impossible."
Right.
It's impossible.
Thinking he was Mufasa, chills, dude.
Yeah.
Even his mom is like, "Mufasa, this can't be." It's like, man,
Spell my
it's just
name
really
right.
driving home that you are your father.
Taz.
Your father lives
Yeah.
inside of you.
Yep.
Point, which I want to highlight because that was like completely cut out of the remake. Like the whole.
Oh, really?
When he bonks him on the head,
The monkey guy?
Yeah.
and he's like, "It doesn't matter. It's in the past. You can either
They took that
dwell out of the remake."
Why?
Like, I don't know. I don't know if it was just too cheesy to do with a live action monkey. Maybe, but yeah, he does like the "remember who you are"
Oh, yeah.
part, but like the whole hits him on the head, and he's like, "That hurt." He's like, "Ah, yeah, the past can hurt,
Yeah.
but we can learn from it, or we can dwell on it." It's
That
completely
monkey
cut.
guy. I feel like he's on
That's
some
like
drugs.
such an awesome moment because Rafiki has like nothing to do in the remake.
No.
Yeah, not really. Yeah.
Except just, be a baboon,
Yeah, baboon.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't think the animals translating to live action works as well. I die on that hill.
well,
They just don't, like, Rafiki doesn't get to fight 5 hyenas, and you don't get to think it's awesome. Like,
I really liked the Jungle Book remake.
I agree.
Did he even have a, staff?
He
in the
did.
remake? Okay, I can't
Yeah.
remember or not.
Yeah, he has a staff, but I didn't watch the remake, so I don't remember exactly what he does at the end, but I'm pretty sure it's not the fight that he does in the animated one where he's like just bodying like 5 hyenas.
Bodying everybody.
Well, should we do plot of Monsters Inc. now too, side by side?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead.
The part
Me?
where he killed. I
If
didn't
you
even say
want.
the part
All
where he
right.
killed Scar. Yet.
Oh yeah. Were you even
the
done?
best part of the movie.
Tanner's taking so long.
How dare you?
Oh, we got time.
Anyways, he throws him. He throws him off the thing. The hyenas. He's like, "Oh, hey, we're friends." And they're like, "Oh, no, we're not. We just heard what you said about us." And then they go and give him the business.
Bodied.
Isn't it?
And that's all she wrote. Two-weight world champ.
Him. No, Simba actually gets a little daughter.
yeah.
Simba and Nala.
Did we name? Did they name the daughter? We didn't.
Yeah, she's in the sequel.
Can you feel the love tonight?
I don't remember though. So.
I don't remember either. Must not be important.
Must not be
It's
important.
Kiara.
Kiara.
Okay.
Yeah, not important.
Not important. I don't know. The sequel wasn't that bad. Actually, there was a song. The villain song in the sequel is very catchy. What was it?
I haven't seen the sequel in a long time.
It has been a long time, but it was super. I'm saying it's catchy, and now I can't remember it.
Because isn't the villain in the second one like the female?
Yeah, she's like the female version of Scar almost.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think she was like related to Scar or something. I don't remember. She was something like,
Meaning she was the malnourished little business.
yeah, basically.
They never told us why he was so skinny.
We're getting a Lion King sequel from the live action, and they're going to focus on young Scar and Mufasa.
Ooh.
So we might actually get to
prequel
see...
sequel or
Yeah. So we might actually get to see how he gets the scar and stuff. Sounds like he probably challenged Mufasa.
I say it better be for Mufasa. Like,
right. It better be.
But yeah.
okay. Well, Mike, you doing Monsters Inc?
All right, Monsters Inc.
Are you sure you're done?
Yeah, are you? Are you?
Yep. Had to think about it.
So Monsters Inc. Basically, there's this world of monsters, and Monsters Inc. supplies energy to the world. Mm-hmm. They're the main. They're like they have the monopoly on energy, and how they get energy is from the fear of kids. Screams, basically. And what they do is they go through these doors. These doors are portals to the humans' world. They hide under kids' beds, like we all thought of as kids, and scare them, and that's how they get the energy. Now, Sully and Mike Wazowski. Mike Wazowski's kind of the nerd. Sully's the jock who goes in and does all the work, and Mike Wazowski's doing all the typing stuff. Like he's the guy in the chair, like me.
Right.
But he's doing all the numbers.
Mike
Wazowski. But they're on a team, and they are the best team, tied with Salamander Guy and
Randall.
Randall.
I forget his guy in the chair's name.
But those two guys, they're the top two teams for creating energy, and they're always like going up against each other. And so there's that. And as the plot kind of goes on,
we learn Randall's putting in overtime.
Yeah, true. He's a sketchy dude.
He's a sketchy dude.
I'm trying. It's been so long. I'm trying to think because at what point in the movie does the girl sneak back in?
So they catch him kind of after the place is closed, sneaking into doors and collecting screams to get their numbers up.
Yeah,
and then they see that, and then he goes into one of the rooms.
That's actually not the reason he was out there after hours. We get into that towards the end of the movie, but like Mike Wazowski.
Oh, that's right.
Mike Wazowski thinks that Randall's trying to cheat, but he's actually kidnapping, trying to for the scream sucker.
Yeah, the scream sucker. Yeah.
So he's trying to kidnap Boo, and then James sees the door first, and Boo comes through the door. And he's like, freaking out, shoving her back in, shutting the door. She's on the other side, over and over, all that gag, and then shoves her in the room, shuts the door, and walks away, and we see she's on his back still.
You see that part where the dude comes out with a sock on his back, and all the dudes come in the hazmat suits.
Yeah.
Like, if we would have had these guys, COVID-19 wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I saw that meme.
2319.
2319.
So, but it was all a myth that the human world was like toxic or something.
Right.
Like
If a kid touches you, you'll die. It was the myth.
But it was a myth that, and I don't. Why was the myth propagated? I think it was to stop them from interacting with the human world, from finding the truth.
Yeah, I think it more had to do with they were scary looking and they weren't getting as much laughs as screams. And they found out laughs powered them more.
Yeah, laughs were 10 times more powerful than. But that's at the end they find that out, and then they're going in, and then Mike Wazowski's the new guy who goes in and he's doing the comedy show at the end. But Sully has to crunch the numbers.
That's funny.
But so, where was I in the plot? Well, basically they form a bond with. over time they form a bond with Boo. First of all, they're back at the apartment, and he's like, "Put that thing back where it came from." That's not in the apartment. That's in the locker room.
So help me.
That's in the locker room. But
The memes of that.
in the apartment, they found out. Well, she's screaming, and she basically cuts the power to like the whole entire neighborhood just by her screaming. Yes, but then
We're
they
laughing because Mike Wazowski does
that's
something
right.
stupid,
Oh,
and
that's
she
right.
laughs, and then it pops the entire.
So that's like a foreshadowing that laughter.
That's the first hint we get.
The first hint of foreshadowing that laughter is more powerful. But they end up forming a bond with her. Basically, they don't want the hazmat guys to take her away.
Those guys are mean.
And then it basically. My favorite part was when they go into the snow place. This is probably getting ahead of myself, but
You're getting a little ahead of yourself. So they do
snowman,
a little bit of recon to see kind of what because Randall finds out that these two have the kid, and they're like, at 12 o'clock her door will be there. At 12:30 it won't. Take her back. And Sully's like, this doesn't feel right. I don't like this. I don't trust Randall.
Sorry, that's a funny name.
But yeah, we do learn that once Mike goes into the bedroom, Randall immediately like throws him in a box and takes him off. And we learn through following him that they've created this machine that basically sucks the scream out of children, like forcefully, rather than having to go in there and do it manually. Because
don't they get Randall or not Randall? His partner, his sidekick in the chair, and basically. Get all the screams out of him.
Yeah, he's all like pale.
Yeah.
Or whatever by the time.
That actually gave me
white.
scared me as a kid. I was like, ah. But
yes, and then we get to the point where we go and tell Mr. Waternoose. About Randall.
I don't like him.
The spider guy.
The spider dude. Yeah, he's like the CEO owner of Monsters Incorporated. We go and tell him what Randall's plan is. Blah blah blah. And he's like, "This is unbelievable. I can't believe this."
Yeah.
But not before Sully does like a demonstration scare or whatever, and Boo's sitting right there and scares the ever living bejesus out of her.
Poor Boo.
That was a sad part.
Yeah, that was sad.
But then we find out Waternoose is in on it when they shove him through the door into Nepal.
Yeah. Oh, it was Nepal. Yeah. It was like in the Himalayas. Yeah, or the Everest, or whatever. And then they meet the snow yeti, and he's like,
"Who wants a snow cone?"
They're lemon, I promise.
They're lemon. Yeah, but eventually they end up having kind of a end fight. When they finally get back, they kind of have a fight scene with Randall in the doors, and they're going through different worlds.
Which is really dope.
They're going through different worlds and stuff.
They're like, you gotta make when he's like standing on the bar and he's like, Mike, you gotta make her laugh, and he like does the front flip and lands on his groin or whatever. Her hood falls down.
Oh yeah,
and he's like, she didn't see it, Mikey. Just do it again. Do it again. He's like, what? So funny, dude.
That was funny. A really dope fight scene for a kids movie. Really.
Yeah.
It was cool. They just used like you go in one door and then you just pop out of like a pile of doors.
Yeah.
That were like being thrown away.
Yep. Yeah. I thought that was really cool too.
Yeah, good use of that mechanic.
Yeah. Yeah, but in the end, the good guys win. I'm pretty sure Randall dies, actually.
No, they throw him into throw him into a door in like Alabama or something. He's like, Mom, another gator got in.
And then he's in a trailer.
It's like, I'll get my whacking shovel.
I kind of just assume he died. I don't know.
Probably.
Of course.
But they break that door, essentially, so he's stuck there. But
yeah.
And then we trick Mr. Waternoose into saying, like, I'd kidnap 1,000 kids if it meant I could keep this company open.
Yeah.
And then Wall comes up and it was all on camera.
Yeah.
It's revealed that they tricked him, they bamboozled. They did him a bamboozle.
Heckin' bamboozle.
He gets arrested, they send Boo back and shred her door. Very sad.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Very, very sad, but he gets to keep a cute little piece of the door.
Yeah. And then that's when they start making each other laugh when I was getting ahead of myself.
They start using laughs instead of screams.
But times more powerful.
Yeah.
And we do get Boo's door reconstructed by Mike Wazowski. He's like, it took a long time.
Oh yeah. And he's like the final piece.
Put the final piece in, and we goes through and kitty.
So shit. So for plot, I mean, how you can't make me choose between the plot of these two. That's so
pretty freaking easy.
I think so too. Yeah.
How dare you?
I love that prodigal son story.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah. The king returns.
Yeah.
I just love it, dude.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into it.
But you have to think about the uniqueness of Monsters Inc.
I
That's
know.
super unique.
It is.
It
had a storyline.
never
that-
been
It was
done
creative.
before.
It had never been done before. Whereas you could argue that Lion King had been done before, like the prodigal son stuff. But it's been done before because it works and because it's good. So you're making me. It's kind of difficult. I don't know.
That's a tough one, man. It is.
You know what? I'll say the better plot was Lion King, but I'll give the creativity and uniqueness award to.
I can
Monsters,
agree
Inc.
with that.
That's fair. Villain.
So there's kind of the
So
kind
we
of
have two villains, in
Yeah, it's,
Monsters Inc.
Inc.,
Mr. Waternoose and Randall.
Yeah.
Both terrific villains. One's kind of more
yeah
CEO, corporate,
yeah
and then Randall's more the get your hands dirty fight kind of villain.
well, you
Yeah.
could, I mean, at first I was like, oh, Scar's kind of the only villain. But if you think about it, the hyenas themselves, even
Yeah,
though
you got Ed.
they're comical, they're still villains.
yeah.
You got
They were kind
Ed.
of but they were kind of conned into it. I actually
would-
feel sorry for the hyenas in a way.
I wouldn't call. Yeah, the hyenas kind of.
Well, they're
think
just
about it,
being
I mean-
duped. They're being duped into
I mean,
it because he's like,
Scar-
"When I'm king, you'll never go hungry." Because the hyenas kind of go
lies to
hungry.
him. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
like chases all the food out of the.
You think about it too, though. I
Badlands.
mean, I'd like to say they were conned into it, but look at how many hyenas there were, and there was one Scar, and he wasn't even a powerful lion. Like,
Yeah.
So it's
Was I the only one
Look
who
at Hitler,
noticed?
though.
Yeah. Well, am I the only one who noticed him be prepared? They were doing like
Yeah.
the Nazi
Yeah.
It's
march.
very Nazi.
It was a
very
very Nazi.
Be brave back.
well, and they were like, as they were walking their paws, were like doing one of these, like
Yeah.
friggin'
Yeah.
like,
It was
yeah.
definitely like
It
a
definitely-
Nazi march.
It definitely shadows a regime of like one tyrannical dictator.
Yeah.
And let's not forget that Scar actually like murders like the king. So
Right.
like pretty brutally, like face to face, like what up? You're gonna die.
Stop making
Thunk.
me think about it.
Yeah.
Throws him off the cliff.
The only reason I think this is an easy one for me is because Scar is one of the most like he's one of the biggest villains of all time.
Yeah.
You put him up there with Darth Vader and like some of the biggest villains of all time.
Well, I just think he's a better villain too, because he's just
He is, and
he has killer intent.
the
for one.
backstory for him too is because I mean we don't know for sure where that Scar came from, but like we said, we have to imagine it's the reason he holds so much resentment towards Mufasa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
I mean it's
He's got a backstory of
And I mean,
why
as
he
great
hates the
as-
world, pretty much.
Yeah.
as great as Randall is for wanting to steal screams. It's not like murder.
That's just being competitive, dude.
Like it is kidnapping. It is horrible. But like Scar straight up wanted to slaughter a 4-month-old lion cub.
Right.
Like, so I think
But Mr. Waternoose is pretty evil in the corporate way, like crony capitalism.
Like Donald Trump.
Whoa, FBI! What?
stay where you are.
we
Don't move.
we love everybody, government official. No, yeah. So villain's easy for me. I'd say Scar, just because he's
Yeah,
the
me
more
too.
well-known, prominent villain.
Me too.
Man, just looked at it. I was like, man, I feel like support's a little lopsided.
Yeah, maybe a little.
A little bit.
Oh,
That's why these things don't base.
Yeah.
It's not a point-based system.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
exactly,
some
yeah.
would just be so lopsided. It's
Well,
unbelievable.
well,
so
'cause
let's
you-
just move on to Hero
okay, yeah,
as
yeah,
we go. So we
Oh,
got
yeah,
Simba,
let's do that.
Yeah.
Simba versus Sully and Mike, essentially.
yeah.
Who, I think Sully and Mike are more so heroes of circumstance.
Sure.
Whereas I don't know if they would have went
I would
out
say-
of their way.
Here's why I would say Sully is actually the main hero instead of Mike, because Sully
I
was
agree.
the one who had the connection with Boo, and Mike was the one who was like put it back in.
Put it back. Yeah.
So for the first half of the movie, Mike was kind of almost like against
It
the
sucks to
cause.
say it too, but I mean, Sully's kind of got the muscles to carry out
Yeah.
the heroicness where
Yeah.
Mike really doesn't.
Mike has the
Right.
brains and the laughter.
Whereas Simba has chosen to not be king, and then makes that flip when he decides
Sure.
when he
Yeah.
sees the vision of his father, and then
Kinda like-
decides to.
Aragorn?
There we go. Bring out the sword.
This guy?
This
Talk
guy.
about this guy?
And then makes that flip to go back and save his pride lands.
So I'd really say it's Sully versus.
Simba. Yeah,
Simba.
I agree. And I think
I mean, Mike ends up being a big hero eventually, but
Simba had to see his mom get pimp slapped, and then he messed him up. Like,
both.
very heroic to me, dude.
I think both are like heroes of circumstance, essentially, because like
Yeah.
I don't think Simba would have ever gone back to Pride Rock if Nala didn't find him, whereas I don't think
Yeah.
Sully would have ever cared about a human child if Randall wasn't cheating.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
as far as heroic goes, I think I kind of lean more towards Simba in this way, just because of the nastiness and the drought that the Pride Lands are in that need to be rescued, and there's no real actual like danger to.
And you see like kind of how he restored the place,
Right.
Yeah.
and you see his daughter born. And it's like
you could sort of make the same argument for Sully, though. He could have continued what he was doing, which he was making good money and.
Well, right, and that's what I mean. Like, if Sully would have continued just doing that,
Yeah.
nothing much would have changed.
Yeah.
However, if Simba would have just stayed back in the woods, eventually that would have moved into that world because all the animals were leaving.
Yeah.
The Pride Lands were dead. There was nothing. All the lions were dying, essentially.
Yeah. I'm watching.
That's why I kind of lean more towards Simba, is just because I think it's just a more heroic feat than
Sure.
protecting the kid. Which, don't get me wrong, is also...
plus he fought him in a fire.
Yeah. That's true. I would not want to go up against Scar and an army of hyenas
In a fire.
in a
Right.
fire. In a fire.
In a big
versus
fire.
a chameleon.
Versus a chameleon. I mean, the chameleon does camouflage, but like, you know.
Yeah. Which is some very terrifying stuff occasionally when he, like,
Right.
does that. Like,
It is kind of terrifying.
yeah.
He was kind of a scary villain as a kid, where
Yeah.
I was like, he's unfair.
Yeah, he
he's
was
so
a good
overpowered.
villain.
He's so overpowered. He's
But yeah, as far as that goes, I lean more towards Simba, I think, for the hero.
yeah.
Yeah.
TKM. So for support, yeah, you got Puma, Timon.
Timon, Pumbaa, Nala,
Nala.
Rafiki, Zazu.
Wait, which one was the parrot? He's
Zazu.
Zazu. Okay.
Who doesn't honestly do much for Simba. Like, he's kind of locked in
He's
that
always
cage.
looking out for him, though. Like, even in
As a
that
kid-
song, I Can't Wait to Be King, he's, like, trying to guide him.
Yeah. And he does go and get Mufasa when
Yeah.
little baby Simba and Nala are being attacked by Shenzi and the other hyenas. He goes and gets Mufasa.
Yeah. But for supporting cast for Monsters, Inc., I would say Mike Wazowski. I would also say...
Mike Wazowski.
The
would you say
receptionist
Boo? I'm watching you.
I'm watching you.
You don't really have much there except for Mike and Boo.
Mike's
Honestly,
girlfriend?
yeah.
Yeah, Mike.
His girlfriend?
She does help a little
a
bit.
little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Towards the end, she's like, Randall's broken the all-time scare record.
There
No,
ha-
I didn't.
There has to be somebody else.
Steve Buscemi, too.
it?
I forgot that was
Oh.
Steve Buscemi,
Oh,
but it
really?
is, yeah. Who plays Randall.
Oh.
I can't. Yeah,
Should I look?
you know who he is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Why do I swear he's another guy.
Why is
who's
it?
always
Why is
around.
it? People ask, what disease does Steve Buscemi have? How many people did he give this disease to? That people are googling it all the time.
Wait, he died? What's going on here?
No, he didn't die.
Okay, well then what is this? I'm not.
So off topic.
Yeah, so
I
I'm
hope he
We're-
didn't die. He's great.
We're drifting.
we're drifting. All right.
So does anybody disagree that
Yeah.
Timon and Pumbaa and all of them
Yeah.
kind of take the
You could leave out Nala and Zazu, and I think Timon and Pumbaa still, or just
Timon and Pumbaa versus
You
Boo
could
and
you could
Mike?
just put those two and it would be.
yeah.
I
it'd
think
be-
so too.
It'd be a dub.
I mean, heck, they made a whole entire movie based on Timon and Pumbaa,
I can see what's happening.
and they don't have
They don't have a clue.
that song is so good. Which brings us actually to soundtrack.
Soundtrack.
Gosh,
So there's no songs
there's really not, dude.
No.
in Monsters Inc. John Goodman sings a credits song. I forget what it's called, but that's about it. Besides the score, you have some exciting
There's
score.
just so many to choose from, dude.
Yeah.
But is there any argument
No.
at all that Lion King has one of the best soundtracks in this
Ever.
competition? Period.
What's sad is point by point, I feel like Lion King is like destroying, but it's gonna be so sad to vote against Monsters Inc.
I can't.
Right.
Okay, so I can't even think of like the last time Tyson has seen The Lion King, and for weeks now, just randomly be like, and I'm like, where are you getting this from, dude? Like,
You just-
that's not even part of the like cool songs, and that's still stuck in his head for weeks.
That's not part of the cool songs.
Yeah,
I mean,
Circle of Life isn't part of the cool songs.
I mean, I can't
Get out,
understand.
sir.
I can't understand the first part of it.
Get out, sir.
I can understand the rest, but not the first part.
Stop being so racist.
I know, right?
I'm just kidding.
The world for one in perfect harmony. Can you feel the love tonight?
There's so many good songs.
Like, I'd want to go
can't
through
wait
them
to be
all, but
king.
like, there's no point because
There's no point because it already wins.
Yep.
So heavily.
So heavy.
Oh man, I think Be Prepared alone.
I just can't wait to be king alone.
Oh,
Right.
so good. So sequel quality, Monsters University, and then we got,
I really like Monsters University,
Yeah,
dude.
I was pleasantly surprised by Monsters.
and then we got The Lion King 2, The Lion King 1.5. Simba's Pride was the second one, right?
I think so.
Lion King 2, Simba's Pride,
I think those are the only 2 sequels.
which is
right?
actually a really good
Or
movie.
is there more sequels than that?
I'm pretty sure it's just 1.5 and 2.
Yeah,
I think so. There might have been a TV show. I don't remember.
maybe. Anna, you're our resident expert. Where are you? Elton... Wait. Oh, did Elton John sing for Lion King?
Yeah, he did a lot of the soundtrack for Lion
Oh.
King. He did a version of almost every song. Circle of Life, Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Also, apparently Tyson's grounded. Don't know why.
Well, he ain't even here. So.
Tyson also says, fuck you, Blake.
Um,
Side note, anybody else got pork chops in their teeth from that delicious dinner that Kyle
I did.
made?
Yeah, I do too.
I'm trying to get
Oh,
it
by
out
the
for
way,
like 10 minutes.
big shout out to Kyle for making
Making
us.
pork chops and green beans tonight, boy.
Even though I'm vegan.
So I personally,
I'm just kidding.
I've only seen Monsters University once, and I didn't hate it. But I did watch Simba's Pride multiple times, so that kind of
Okay.
I don't know, leans towards the quality for me. Just
Yeah.
for the sake of having seen it more.
I mean, what? Anna, we were asking how many sequels. We just think there's 2 sequels for Lion King.
There was a TV show for The Lion King, yes.
Oh, there
According to
was.
Blake,
Oh, so it's kind of leaning heavily towards Lion King at this
It's,
point.
I mean, I really, really liked Monsters University.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
did too. I did
But,
too.
I mean, there's just so much more for The Lion King that you kind of got to
I really liked in Monsters University how they had a rivalry with Monster Tech, and it's like these 2 universities, and they stole their mascot, which is like a I don't even know, but yeah, I laughed quite a bit in Monsters University. Who's
I really like that they made like their frat house at that dude's mom's house
oh
in
yeah
the basement.
oh yeah who was the villain in Monsters University again?
I don't remember.
Here.
It was. I would say it was kind of like the group of jocks, and then the principal, who was basically just kind of being a jerk the whole time.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. Oh, he's asking. I bet Elton John won a ton of awards.
He did.
for
I think those were Academy Awards for that movie. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure because "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" by Elton John is so good. Oof. So good.
If you Blake, if you're talking about 1.5 was about Timon and Pumbaa, or unless he's talking about the TV show was too.
Oh, the TV show was. Yeah, I think he's right. Yep.
Okay.
All right, boys.
I don't know that they'll ever get matched up, but I'm gonna say this right now. Elton John is no Phil Collins.
Oh,
I'm gonna fucking say it right
honestly, that might be a championship match.
that'd be
Oh man, that would be so hard. All right, boys, it's that time
All
to
right.
kind of just take a minute to think about both movies.
Take
And
a
then,
minute.
I mean, obviously think about your biases and stuff, but don't try and let that rule your decision.
Let us know in chat what you think between the two.
Yes, let us know.
Monsters Inc. and Lion King. Oh, they're
Anybody?
both good. Can you feel? I'm just kidding. That's biased. I would start doing it for the other movie, but they don't have.
They
songs.
don't have no songs.
Why does Kyle have such a great singing voice, but such a terrible humming voice?
It can be
There he goes.
soon.
Phil
Collins
Collins.
did go ham.
He did go ham.
His carefree days with us are
All right, so we
Are
got
you ready, guys?
we got a couple Lion King. I know Anna loves Monsters Inc. Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, anybody want to go first?
I'll go first. I'm not even gonna explain myself. Lion King.
Fair enough. You
Don't
want to
need
go?
to
You want me to go?
It's up to you. I guess I can. Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to go Lion King, but it's so tough to vote out. I love Monsters.
It's so hard to see
so
it
tough.
go.
It's
It really is.
tough to see it go. Tanner probably hates it, but
I love it. It's just it's really. I mean, I love the movie, but when you compare them, it's just not worth comparing.
yeah. All right.
One is just miles beyond the other.
Yeah. What do you think?
I got to give it a TKM, man. The Lion King
TKF
is
it
just,
is, dude.
it's just a better movie in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't get the feelings I get. Even watching it today.
Here's what I'll say though: Lion King or Monsters Inc. would have won against a few of these others. You know, like
Yeah, I agree.
it, like
Would have beat
But it would
Hercules.
have, but it would have come up. That's the thing. It would have come up against the Lion King eventually.
eventually,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like if it's not better than the Lion King, then it's not going to be better than whatever the Lion King loses to.
Imagine,
God forbid.
Imagine explaining to people that Hercules lost in round one.
To Tarzan, they'd be like, blasphemy.
Blasphemy.
Still pissed about it.
All right,
We need
so
a
the
win back bracket.
Losers bracket.
losers bracket.
What do we call
So-
it? The wrestleback bracket.
Oh yeah, where you like get back into the
Yeah.
Oh, that would be funny.
Where you can get back into the winners.
In wrestling, if you lose your first match, you get in the wrestle back bracket,
Right.
and you're only allowed to get up to second place if you win you win 3 matches, you win the tournament. You got to go to the wrestle back. You got to win like 6 just to get to the finals.
The loser bracket is a lot harder.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So, our second matchup is Lilo and Stitch
Ooh.
and A Bug's Life. So, it had been years since I've seen A Bug's Life.
So good.
Like, I haven't seen that movie in so long, and I watched it last night, and it's so good.
It's
I was
so
like,
good.
It's so
I was
good.
like, oh shit. Like, I thought Lilo and Stitch was a shoo-in, and now I'm like,
Now
going
it's
through
tough.
a
Now it's
mental
tough.
conundrum, because that was a really good
Oh,
movie.
this is by far the toughest thing tonight. Like the
Tonight?
other one, I thought Lion King had it in the bag, but this one's way tougher.
I always
So,
remember that chubby caterpillar, dude.
He's so
Cracks
funny.
me up, dude.
He's so funny.
with the German accent, I'm a beautiful butterfly. Oh, it's so funny. So, the plot of Lilo and Stitch, I suppose it's my turn.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna
I
say
can sum
Zach
up
is
the
asking.
plot in like 5 words.
What's
Ohana,
that?
Ohana means family. Plot.
Ohana means family.
Plot. Done.
That's not the end of the quote.
Zach was asking if they could see the bracket. I don't know if that's allowed. Like if
We-
you could
we
post
post
it on
a
the
picture-
page.
we
Post
post
it
a
on the
picture of it.
page.
Yeah,
then-
we can post a picture of it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Fill
We'll
it
do
in.
that. We'll do that, Zach. Yeah. But back to who was explaining the plot of which one.
Oh yeah, I can go for Lilo and Stitch, I suppose, unless.
No, go for it.
All right. So we're introduced right away to Stitch, who's Experiment 626, basically meant to be like animal indestructible terrorist that just wrecks cities from the inside. Unstoppable, smart. It's crazy. He's an abomination, as some would call him in this movie.
I feel like he's not that smart, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, they say it right at the beginning. He's capable of intense intelligence.
But then he acts like a like a puppy the rest of the movie.
I think that's intentional, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Anyway, they're like, Stitch, if there's any good in you, tell us now. And then he says something in Alien, which we don't understand, obviously, but it's meant to
Sure.
be some sort of.
And then he wiggles his butt out.
Yeah. So they decide to exile him on a glacier asteroid, but he escapes, steals the escape pod, and the hyperdrive is busted. But he hits it anyway with no navigation, so he doesn't know where he's going. Turns out he's going to Earth. The Galactic Federation is like, that planet is 70% water. He can't swim. He'll die. It's okay.
Yep.
Because he's heading right into the ocean. And then they get closer, and they see the
Hawaii.
tiniest little island, and they're like, oh, God, no. So he lands on Hawaii.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're introduced to Lilo, who is a kind of a weird kid. Gets picked on a lot. Ghetto stomps. Like, is not afraid to ghetto stomp other
Just
kids.
ghetto stomp some ginger chick.
Like, she's late because she feeds a fish peanut butter sandwiches every Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, why? He's like, because he controls the weather. So, right off the bat, you like Lilo. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
And then she's like, you're so weird, dude, the little redhead. And she, like, leaps on her and, like, hammer fists her in the face or whatever and bites her. I'm like, dude, this girl's a freaking gangster.
She's been to AKA.
As a former referee, I would have waved it off.
I would have waited. Mike Winklejohn taught her or something. I don't know. Somebody's been teaching her.
They call her sister Nani, who is her guardian because their parents passed away.
Kind of
sadly.
cute. Kind of cute.
Looking real thick.
Yeah, she got some thighs, I guess. She's of age, so.
Wait,
it's
what's
okay.
her name again?
Nani.
I'm looking her up anyway.
But
Some weird stuff is gonna come up if I.
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay.
she's supposed to wait for Nani, but she doesn't. She goes off and does her thing, and then goes back home by herself to listen to her Elvis Presley records, which is funny. And Nani is visited by Mr. Bubbles,
Oh.
who is the
Yep.
Secret Service or Child Protective Services rep,
Yeah.
also voiced by Ving Rhames, big scary dude, who pretty much says like, "Hey, this doesn't look good. It didn't go well. You have 3 days to change my mind." Because it's just house is kind of a mess. Lilo's being weird.
Yeah.
Ned nails the door shut. So far,
Something
not
on the
looking
stove
good.
was alive. And not dead.
So far not looking good. She has 3 days to change his mind. And then they get into a big argument and have a heart-to-heart about,
as soon as she shuts the
think
door,
I'm
she looks
weird.
at her and just screams, and then they chase each other around.
That was funny, dude. As soon as the rep leaves.
Yeah.
But she burlap sacks her too. I remember that.
Yeah.
She goes and
Oh,
hides
yeah.
in the dryer or something, and then lays down a
Call it
blanket
Borat.
Yeah.
and burlap sacks her, dude.
Burlap
So they get
sacks
into
her.
a fight, and then they kind of make up, and she's like, "Hey, I promise not to."
Something means family. Yeah.
Yeah, Ohana means family.
Nobody gets left behind.
We don't hear that yet, though. I don't think.
I
We don't
thought
hear
that was in
at some
this scene. Oh no, that's not that scene when they make up.
It was just last night. I listened to it, and I don't remember. But,
You might be. Well, then if you've seen it last night, you probably know more than I.
But
Oh, she a hottie.
they pretty much decide that
Nah, just kidding.
we gotta stop. Can we get Nani with Nigel Thornberry's face?
I swear it exists. If we scroll down,
chat,
It does.
chat, make it happen.
It exists.
if we, you keep going, I'm gonna do it.
Find it. Anyway, yeah, we kind of get an agreement that Nani won't yell so much.
Yep.
She's a better sister than a mother.
Okay, we need to stop. I'm sorry, but it's so good. If anybody is at home, just look up Disney with Nigel Thornberry's face.
I can't right now.
This one's my favorite. This one's my favorite.
I forgot how funny that is, dude.
Oh god.
Well, what's
it's
even
so
worse
funny.
is that Disney face swap between Lilo and the doll.
Oh yeah.
doll?
Oh, that's
Oh, that's
creepy.
bad. That's bad.
That is creepy.
Oh gosh.
Oh, she looks like Invader Zim.
So we see a green flash and an asteroid hit the ground, and
Yeah.
Lilo's like, "Get out! It's my turn to make this wish. You don't get this one." Like pushes her out. Real funny.
Yeah.
Like they do the sister thing here, and then she smashes the door on her head. Dude, kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where that meme that I posted in Discord comes from with the saying.
Oh
Where
yeah.
she makes a wish, I need a best friend, somebody who won't leave.
Yeah.
Maybe send me an angel.
Yeah, nicest angel.
The nicest angel you have, and
Yeah.
then it just cuts to him maniacally laughing on the hill.
That is funny.
I love that's such a good part.
They go to the pound, and all of the dogs are hiding from Lilo, which is
Yeah.
kind of
because he got ran over and they thought he was dead.
Yeah,
which
they thought he was a
we
dog.
we said to each other if a dog is dead and gets hit by a truck, why would you throw him in the pound with?
they
other
do. They
live
just
dogs?
threw him in
Yeah.
the same cage as 4 other dogs. So it's what?
They're like they'll eat the dead body if it's dead.
But that's a really funny moment when she's like, "Yeah, you can adopt any dog you want except that one."
that's funny.
I'm freaked out.
And
That
then-
one was dead this morning. And Nani's like, "What?" Of course we go with Stitch. 'Cause
Of course.
There's just the connection, the bond. This one's
I like how he
good.
just
I can
jumps
feel
out,
it.
he puts his second arms in and
Yeah.
puts his spikes in and then runs up and gives her a hug.
Yeah, he's kind of adapting to the dogs around him. Almost, he's like,
Well,
I'm
he
a
sees
dog.
a picture of a little girl hugging
Hugging a dog. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Makes himself look.
Because he's smart. So now
He is yeah.
So now Jumba has been tasked. Jumba and Pleakley have been tasked with hunting him down.
the two bonobos.
Pretty
yeah.
much idiots.
Pretty much idiots.
Jumba was the creator of Stitch.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He basically did this so that he could use the little girl as a shield, so that he wouldn't get shot.
Ah.
Because it starts off, he's not a very good character.
No.
Yeah.
This whole thing was a ploy to literally just not get shot by Jumba.
But then the bond.
But then the Bond
In
grows,
every
of
Disney
course.
movie. The bond.
We go through tons of bad stuff, Stitch bites somebody.
Furniture and
Yeah.
Yeah,
destroying her
bites
room.
somebody at the restaurant, or bites Pleakley, and then Nani gets fired. And
steals that girl's bike, but she deserved it because she's a ginger.
yeah, pretty much
I'm just about 40. I don't know how many we have in the
44.
44.
44.
Well, fofo, make sure all your kids don't grow.
But
That's from Dale Tosh.
but essentially, the social services guy is like, dude, I can't ignore
Yeah.
you. I can't ignore you not having a job. Figure this out, or I'm gonna take this kid from you.
And she goes to interviews and brings them with, and then he messes
Yeah.
up the interview.
Every
Yeah.
single one of them,
Yeah.
just wrecks every one of them, and they eventually take their mind off of it by surfing. Awesome part of the movie.
Is this when that surfer dude comes
Yeah,
up? that she
David, I
has a
think is his
crush?
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny too. But yeah, they go off and they do a lot of surfing, and the bond has kind of been growing over the course of
Gingers
these.
are-
Shut your mouth, Zach.
Zach's a ginger, by the way.
Fuck you, Zach.
But
Love you, Zach.
it gets to the point where Stitch is like, "Let's go back out surfing," and Jumba's like, "What? He can't swim. Why would he willingly go back to the water?"
Yeah.
So we start to see that he's growing like a bond with these people, and he's actually starting to like them.
Yep.
When he gets snatched out of the water, pretty much he like grabs Lilo because he can't swim and he panics, and they take that as, you know, he's pulling Lilo down. Like Nani like kicks him into the water deeper. I'm like, dude,
Whoa.
jerk.
Nani.
All of this is seen by Mr. Bubbles, unfortunately. He's like, I'll give you tonight, but I'll be there in the morning for Lilo.
Yeah.
Like, this is just ridiculous. I know you mean well, but you have to think about what's best for Lilo, even if it means removing you from the picture. I'm like, oh, how dare you?
So Mr. Bubbles is obviously, he gave him like a fake name, I'm sure. Or was
I would assume so.
We'll get more into that later.
Yeah.
But the next morning comes, and Dave runs up to Nani and says, I got a job interview for you. We got to go now. She's like, Lilo, stay here. Like, don't do anything.
Yeah.
I have to go get this job super quick. Leaves her alone. Foolish decision. She knew that the dude was coming.
Fool.
I like that David. She's like, I owe you one, David. He goes, you could just date me instead.
You can just date me. We'll call it even.
We call it even.
So, of course,
aliens.
Nani leaves. Jumba and Pleakley attack Stitch because they've been fired by the Federation. So now he doesn't care about
They're
the
just
kid.
rogue.
Anything goes.
Anything goes. So they basically destroy this house, wreck it, like lights on fire, something explodes.
They play hot potato with a gun with a carrot stuck in it.
That's right. Yep.
Oh.
The plasma gun, and that one
Explodes.
and explodes. Lilo calls Mr. Bubbles in the midst of all of this, like, aliens are trying to steal my dog.
Yeah.
Nani sees the fire trucks pass. She's like, don't go left. Don't go left. They immediately go left, and she's like, oh, Lilo. And runs back to find the house is destroyed, smoking, exploded. Lilo's in the back of the car, and he's like, no, this is done. This is not what she needs, clearly.
Yeah.
Lilo gets out and runs into the woods, where she's like, Stitch, you need to go away. Like, you've ruined everything, pretty much.
Pops his second arms back out for the first time in a while.
Shows him that she's an alien, and he's like, you're one of them too, and then tells him to leave, pretty much.
So sad.
It's very sad.
Very sad.
And then they both get taken by Gantu, Captain Gantu.
Gigantic
the
alien
big
dude.
whale shark looking.
I was like,
Oh,
is
yeah.
it just me, or like, are all the aliens the exact same size, and this dude's 16 feet tall?
Yeah. Also, I feel like all the aliens are kind of like an animal-esque, like some animal. I don't know.
So he takes, kinda.
Yeah.
So he takes them both, puts them in the thing. Stitch gets out and drops back down to Earth, where Nani has seen this big dude take them off. And then Jumba and Pleakley are there, and he's like, Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. So we're gonna go get her. And they decide to rescue Lilo, of course, because they were just gonna let him take her to space. Like,
Right.
she's good, she's fine,
She's fine. Everything's fine.
she's fine. They find Jumba's old space cruiser, and then they hunt, which is my favorite part of the whole movie. Like, this whole part is awesome, dude. Where he's like,
I think it's the best. Like, it's like, yep, I've got him, and I'm on my way back. And then he looks over at the ship behind him, and he's in there like,
he
you
shows
don't
him
have
his
me.
butt again.
Yeah.
He puts his butt up to the glass. And he's like, I'm gonna call you back.
Yeah.
But we get like the chase, and then the little dude gets his ice cream knocked out by the wing of the plane again. That bald dude that constantly gets his ice cream knocked out. That's funny. But we get to the point where Stitch like steals an oil rig and like drives it into a volcano in Hawaii or whatever. And then like the dude's coming down at him, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you, abomination. And then he's like, stupid head. He like rips the metal open, and it explodes and launches him into the spaceship. It's like my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah.
And then he rescues Lilo, and the Galactic Federation immediately arrests Stitch because they've landed now.
Yep.
And they're going to take him away. When he said, or they're like, come on, 626, let's go. And he's like, Stitch. My name is Stitch.
Want to say goodbye. That thing. All sad.
It's very hard. I'm getting chills talking about it. Now.
And then, whatchamacallit, that part where you finally get to see where Mr. Bubbles was before, because it's like, it's like something about the aliens, and then she's like, you look familiar, and he goes, Roswell, 76. And then he like tells everybody that he used to be in the CIA or whatever.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they decide to let Stitch stay. They're like, oh, if only we had any legally binding paper. And she's like, this piece of paper from the vet says I own him. If you take him, you'd be stealing. And then Mr. Bubbles is like, well, aliens are so strict about their rules. She's like, yeah, true.
Yeah.
So, it's fun. Stitch gets to stay.
It's fun. It's cute.
It's cute.
And we get the credits roll, pretty much.
Yeet.
Yeet.
And then, does anybody remember Bug's Life enough to go through it?
No.
It's been a while.
Because I watched it last night. I could do this one too.
Oh yeah, I was about to say
if
you probably should then. If
Yeah,
you literally.
But like
watched
if you want it,
no, it's all yours.
I'll kind of go through this one a little quicker. I kind of got
Yeah.
roped into Lilo and Stitch.
Sorry about that.
A Bug's Life, man. We're collecting food. Like right from the beginning, we learned that these ants collect food for grasshoppers. Well, we don't know they're grasshoppers, but they collect food for somebody, and then they get pretty much they do it just before summer, and then they spend the summer collecting food for themselves, and then they patent down for the winter.
Yeah, basically like 80% of their food they get goes to the grasshoppers.
Exactly.
And like 20% actually goes to feeding them.
Goes to them. Yep. So we're going through a single file line. It's really funny when the leaf falls and breaks the line, and they're like, "Where'd the line go? Oh, where'd the line go?"
Yeah.
And then the dude's like, "We'll just go around the leaf. It's okay."
I thought that part was funny.
We meet Flick here. He's got some sort of weird invention that strips all of the grain from the stock instead of just one at a
He's
time.
always trying some weird invention.
He's smart. He's a smart dude.
Yeah.
But his inventions sometimes go awry. So
Yeah.
we follow Flick around as he talks to Dot, who's Hayden Panettiere. I didn't know that.
I love her.
I had no idea that she was the voice of Dot in this movie.
Why do I feel like all these Disney? Is this how these people get famous? Is all
It
these?
could. It very well could be.
Or okay, yeah.
Hayden was in other stuff though. She was in the
Well, she was. I remember the Titans, and that it sounds like it might have even been before that. I don't.
Oh,
I'd
really?
have to look it up. But she sounds real young in Bug's Life.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know which one came out first.
Whole life and it made me laugh a little. Anyways, continue.
We hear the horn go off, signaling that the grasshoppers are coming. Flick starts freaking out, like, "Oh crap! Wait for me! Wait for me!" Everybody's heading into the anthill. He like runs up and drops his contraption and all of his stuff on the offering stone, and then runs down to run up the anthill. And then one of the stones pop, and you can see all of the grain go flying down into a puddle off of the side. And he's like, "Oh no!" Runs in and he's like, excuse me. Nobody's listening to him.
Yeah.
And then you hear the grasshoppers land up above him. And then they're like, where's all the food?
Where's the food?
Where's the food? And then, because he was trying to tell them, so like they just immediately know it's Flick. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And they're like, what did you do? It's like, it was an accident. And then they all come busting through the bottom, man.
Ants make food. Grasshoppers eat the food. That is a good
Ants
saying.
make the food. Grasshoppers eat the food. They come busting through the ceiling, and they're pretty much just like, hey, where's the food, dude?
Where's the food?
They're like, it was an accident. You know, it was supposed to be there. It goes on to the point where he, like, grabs Dot
Yeah.
and starts, like, threatening her, and then Flick's like, hey, leave her alone, man.
They,
And then he's like,
do
oh,
pink
okay, well.
slaps or him or something? Oh, no.
Not till the end.
Not till, okay, yeah.
This, he just stood up, so he's like, okay, well, now you got to double your quota.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Now we're going to double it, because if you want to stand up to me, you know your place. So they double the food, and they take off, and everybody's like, Flick, dude.
Yeah. Everyone's just like, come on.
Like, dude, you got lost all the food, and now you got it doubled? We'll have no food for ourselves now.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much just like, hey, what if we go off and find bigger, stronger bugs to come help us fight the grasshoppers? Like, what if we do that?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, that'll never work. And then they all look, and they're like, but if he's gone for, like, a week, we could get this done, and he couldn't mess it up.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, true. So they're like, go ahead, Flick, and they send him off to go find some helper bugs. And then we're introduced to the circus, the greatest bug circus, where all of these other bugs, the caterpillar, ladybug, stick bug, praying mantis,
Praying mantis and the what?
where's moth?
Wife, yeah, the wife's a moth.
Yep, Gypsy is his wife.
Yeah.
They've all just put on a terrible circus act, and they've been fired.
By the who's the
PT Flea.
Yeah, PT Flea. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It was just funny that Flea is running the circus.
He's kind of funny though.
He is funny. He messes everything up. But,
Yeah, he's a jerk.
But Anyway, they're all fired, so they're at the bar getting into a fight with flies.
Yeah.
Which they can't back up. So Flick sees them like acting tough, and they're like, "These guys are perfect." And then he gets pushed out of the door right before the circus like runs away like cowards.
Yeah.
And then he walks up and he's like, "You guys are perfect. This is great. You need to come help me." And then they like see the flies getting back up. And they're like, "Deal, let's go.
Yeah.
Now wrap it up." So they grab Flick and they all head back to the colony.
And they don't really know why Flick wants them.
No, they have no idea. They think he's hosting a show for the grasshoppers.
Yep.
Like not fighting them, entertaining them.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Yeah, we'll put on a show. Let's go. So they all get back, and everybody's put on a show for the circus, thanking them. And then they open this banner and they show that they're supposed to be fighting the grasshoppers, and all the circus is like, "Okay, maybe we just leave."
Yeah. They're just like, oh.
They try to leave. Flick stops them, but they get attacked by the bird over the mud pit.
Yeah.
And then, Flick and the ladybug save Dot. I don't remember how they got the bird out of there.
I think they just ran away from it.
I think they just ran away
At some
from
point
it,
during
right?
this, they figure out, they're like, oh, hey, birds are a good weakness of bugs.
Yeah, even Hopper's afraid of birds, but
Yeah. But I don't remember when that comes.
it's right. It's the first time we see Hopper.
Oh, okay.
His brother is like, "You remember that one time a bird was in your mouth?" And you're like, "Oh, help me. And Hopper's like,
Yeah.
shoves him up against the wall, and he's like, "The only reason I don't decapitate you is because on Mom's deathbed she asked me not to."
Oh, yeah. his brother's just like a dunce.
So we know that Hopper's afraid of birds,
Yeah.
and we basically, Flick is after the bird attack talking to all of them, and he's like, "Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. If Hopper wasn't so afraid of birds," and he like stops because he gets the idea to make a bird.
Yeah.
So he tells the idea to them, who tells the idea to them, to the ants, and then they all work together to build this giant bird. Right before we learn that all of these bugs are from the circus. They're not warriors.
Yeah.
PT Flick comes back, and they're like, and he's like, "Yeah, these are the best circus performers ever." And everybody's like, "Dude, why don't you go with them, Flick? Like, get out of here. You lied to us.
Yeah.
Like, straight up lied to us." Yeah.
90% of the movie is Flick being a disappointment.
Exactly.
Poor dude.
I know.
The grasshoppers attack. There's not enough food.
Yeah.
They only had like less, even way less than they had before. So they decide to take over the island, and they're going to eat every piece of food and squish the queen when they're done to send a message. Mm-hmm. And Dot overhears this and gets away so she can go tell Flick.
Which I don't know if you guys know how ant colonies work, but if you kill the queen, the colony just dies because they can't make any more babies. That's how all the babies are made.
But she convinces Flick to go back with the cute little seed moment or whatever. And it's like, "That's a rock. Must be an ant thing."
Oh, yeah.
But basically, they take the circus back and distract the grasshoppers with the circus, while the blueberries and Flick climb up the tree to get the bird, which works amazingly.
Yeah.
The bird is awesome. Like, it comes down, it swoops down, all of the grasshoppers are terrified, all of the ants are like rubbing jelly on their face to look like blood, and they're like, "Ah!" The grasshoppers are getting ready to get out of there until PT Flick breaks free, strikes a match, and then lights the bird on fire, essentially.
Oh, yeah, the flea, yeah. The flea messes
Because the
everything up.
flea doesn't know that this is part of the plan, so he just thinks it's a bird.
It's a
He just thinks it's a bird.
Oh, I thought he thought it was a circus act. Oh, never mind.
But, yeah, Hopper's like, "You think you can trick me with that kind of crap? Not today, bruh. Not today, bruh."
Even though he was getting tricked by it 2 seconds ago.
Like, he was terrified from it just moments ago. All of the ants are surrounded now is when Flick gets his face stomped in pretty much by Hopper. And he's like, "You know what? You need to learn your place. I'm going to stomp you into nothing. Blah, blah, blah. You're weak, pathetic ants that need to get us food." And Flick's like, "No, dude. Like, no. Like, we're stronger than you think.
Yeah, there's like thousands of
And there's
us.
way more of us." And then he realizes it, and he's like, "And you know that. That's why you do this." And then, because it's said earlier in the movie when Hopper's like, "Those ants outnumber us 100 to 1. If one of them decides that they can stand up to him. The rest of them will.
That was one of my favorite scenes when they were in the Oasis, and they're like, why are we have like more than enough food to last us the rest of our lives? Why are we going back? He's like, to send a message.
It's not about the food.
Yeah.
It's about sending a message. Like,
Yeah.
they can't stand up because they'll win. And that's pretty much what we see take place here at this moment when all of the grasshoppers are like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
And all of the ants pretty much stand up and they're like, no, we're not doing this anymore. We're about to launch Hopper into the air or whatever through the little cannon when it starts to rain, which is a really good use of rain because it's devastating to the ants. Like huge droplets just imploding on the ground. Everybody's bailing to the anthill, and then Hopper launches himself at Flick, and we get that fight. Pretty much Flick is losing, and then the bird pops out around the corner, and he's like, is this another one of your circus tricks? And he's like, yep.
Yep. But it's a real bird.
But it's a real bird who picks up Hopper and gives him to the babies.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Thank goodness.
Just rips him to pieces. And that's kind of end the movie. We see the colony afterwards saying goodbye to the circus people. It looks like Flick and the princess are about to hook up, so that's cool for him.
So that's
Big
good
old
for him.
giggity.
Big old giggity. About to make 4 billion.
The caterpillar
babies.
turns into a butterfly. Doesn't look any different. Just gets butterfly wings.
Oh yeah, that part was funny.
Oh,
He's like, because I'm pretty sure he was talking half the movie about soon I will be a pretty butterfly, and then he didn't turn pretty at all. He just
right.
Looks the
I'm
same.
a beautiful butterfly. All right. So, the villain in these movies we got, I would say, for Lilo and Stitch, probably, I guess, Captain Gantu, I guess.
Well, Jumbo too, kind of.
Yeah, for the first half, and then Gantu for the second half.
even Bubbles a little bit was like, I mean, he wasn't a villain.
Yeah,
More of a-
I wouldn't say villain, but more
But
of
for
like
for the first half, he was kind of like everyone disliked him, and then I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it villainy, though. That was just more so looking out for the kid.
True.
And then, so I don't think there's any... I think Hopper's the better villain here.
Yeah,
I think Hopper is the better
it,
villain. Yeah.
Because it's just, he's very clearly a villain, and it's a power grab more than it is for food, which is pretty villainous.
Yeah.
So, for the hero... Would you say Stitch, probably? Lilo gets rescued.
It's almost both of them, really. I don't know.
He rescues her physically. She rescues him emotionally.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Nani for trying so dang hard.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Versus, I would say, just Flick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of got to go Flick on that one, don't you?
Possibly.
I mean...
Well, that's a tough one for me.
Well, there's just really not a clear villain or a hero in the other one, and then this one,
Right.
like it has its own kind of.
Even Stitch is even hard to say he's a hero for half.
Half of the movie
he's a
he's
dick.
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dick.
Right.
Yeah, I might have to say Flick, even though Flick is a klutz.
Flick is a klutz, but he does right his wrongs. Or
Yeah, he
tends
does, which is good.
to. Like,
Yeah, I almost gotta go Flick on this one.
yeah, I think so
I
too.
gotta go villain and hero for that.
It's support. It's kind of weird for Lilo and Stitch though, because some of the bad guys end up being support, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's fair though.
I think it is
Yeah.
fair because I mean, without Donnie and Pleakley and Jumba, they don't rescue Lilo. So
Bubbles is support
yeah,
as
and
well.
Bubbles
as
helps. David helps like a lot actually.
Yeah.
And then obviously
Fire
the
breather.
circus troupe, I would say.
Yeah,
And-
circus troupe. Probably even the princess.
Yeah, circus troupe and the princess, who all build the bird essentially. But when it comes down to it, they don't really do much to help Flick, like in the physical fight.
Yeah, right.
I would say the bird is probably
The inanimate object did the most.
Yeah,
But
that's true. What would have happened if that bird didn't come last second, which actually was not a supporting character?
they probably just would have like mushed the queen, and that would have been it.
That would have been it.
So
Which y'all thought this had a happy ending?
I almost like my support characters in Lilo and Stitch more.
I like them better just because it's like they were bad. It almost kind of makes
Right.
it,
So
makes it
they
better.
do that.
It's
flip.
a character development.
Yeah, it makes it better almost. that
There's
they
a
are
little
support.
bit of character development with the circus where they're like, we should just leave them, but then they change.
Right.
They have a change of
But
heart.
it's not really focused on. Like there's such a flip,
Yeah.
like such a clear flip
Yeah.
in Lilo and Stitch, where it's just like, okay,
This one's like a minor flip where they're like,
Right.
okay, we're gonna help this ant colony instead of running away. But after we
Exactly.
figured out that
they just I feel like where all of the supporting characters start in Lilo is nowhere near where they start at the end.
Yeah. I would say better character development. Better.
Whereas, yeah, the circus troupe at the beginning of A Bug's Life is pretty much exactly the same. Towards the end, they're just kind of idiots,
Definitely.
goofballs still.
Yeah, which is fine.
Soundtrack, again, there's not really much one for A Bug's Life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. And Lilo and Stitch wins it because there's Elvis in the soundtrack.
I was going to say, it's kind of the Elvis.
Hound Dog's in there, and obviously the Hawaiian roller coaster ride when they're surfing. I love that. I love that whole sequence. Because there is no other place I'd rather be than out on the surfboard out at sea. So
I think that's weird that his name was David and they didn't give him like a super Hawaiian name.
Would you want to be named like Wahapui or something?
Yeah. I mean, look at Moana.
That's a shampoo by David Mitchell, by the way.
In Moana, they all had islander names.
Maui, demigod of the wind and sea. So yeah, I think Lilo and Stitch takes that one too, just for the sake of having more songs.
Not really fair, but
sequel quality. I'd say there isn't one for A Bug's Life.
Yeah, and
are you sure?
There might be.
Let me check. Oh wait, was it
The Return and Revenge of Grasshoppers?
I don't. Is that real?
It looks like it.
I know. I've
Release
seen this
date
picture.
June 20th, 2025. I don't think that's real.
Okay, that can't be real. Why have I seen this picture before?
And Kyle was telling me about this the other day. Like the sequel of Lilo and Stitch is not as good as the TV. It comes off where they.
But here, Stitch Has a Glitch is so good, but then the TV show that Lilo and Stitch got is even better. Like, I almost like the TV show a little bit more than the movie. Just because the TV show focused around hunting down all the other 600 experiments, pretty much, that all got loose in Hawaii somehow.
Yeah, how do they all get in Hawaii?
You'd have to watch it. I don't remember. But they come in like little balls or whatever.
Broken hyperdrive just ends up in Hawaii.
And then when they hit water or something, when they drop into water, the experiments...
Why do I feel like they're a little bit copying Superman with that, where they're like aliens with superpowers coming in these pods, and they all land on Earth? Somehow they all land on Earth.
It's kind of just Alien.
Is it weird that I put on Man of Steel before I took a nap today?
Because, I mean, Dragon Ball Z does that too.
Yeah.
They come in pods.
Yeah.
But no, I think the experiments come in like tiny pods, and then when they get wet, they grow into the experiments. So...
Thank you, Zach, for letting us know. Yeah, they made a TV series out of all the popular stuff.
I loved that TV series, man.
Okay.
Lilo and Stitch.
I didn't see the TV series.
All right. If we just take a minute here to
close our eyes and think about it.
Close your eyes and think, and then we'll get into the awards.
Yeah.
All right. This has actually turned into a much tougher decision for me than I thought it was going to be, but yeah, go ahead and throw your votes down. Who you think?
But it won't.
It won't matter. But we want to know.
Don't bias me. You biased people. I think I have my answer, but it's tough.
It is a tough one, man.
This one's way tougher than the last one.
I thought it's tougher than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go first. I think Lilo and Stitch has my vote. I'm a sucker for that family, the ugly duckling. It's even said in the book, like, the ugly duckling doesn't have a family, and then he finds it, and he's completely changed for it. And then it's just like, Stitch is so cool on top of it. Like, he's a jerk, and he's almost evil.
But he ends up being.
But once he realizes there's like no city to destroy in Hawaii, it's just like slowly that turn, and I love the
snitches get Lilo.
Lilo and Snitch.
Snitches get Lilo.
That's good.
Lilo and Snitch.
But it's just, and I think the character development is done so much better in Lilo and Stitch. Again, I go back to the main characters where Lilo and Stitch were at the beginning of the movie versus the end, and then where Flick was beginning versus end. I think Flick is about the same person towards the end. He doesn't do much changing besides standing up for himself, which is good.
Yeah.
So I think Lilo and Stitch has my vote.
Well, let me go next here.
Okay.
Good, to make him the tiebreaker, because I'm actually gonna go Bug's Life. I'm gonna go spoiler because here's why. I actually love Lilo and Stitch a lot, but this is a great movie as a kid. I loved it, and I agree with you. Lilo and Stitch has better character development, but I think so for like heroes, villains. I think Bug Life takes it, and I'm still caught on support. I'm still caught up. I still think that Bug's Life had a great support.
Yeah.
But,
I'm not saying they didn't. I don't think that their development or their
I agree.
support was as influential. I don't know.
But the other thing about Bug's Life was I actually really liked the animation style, and for the time period they did it, it was actually pretty impressive.
Right.
Whereas Lilo and Stitch, I like that animation, but that's basic animation that Disney did with all their movies. Bug's Life, they went out on a different branch and did 3D animation style.
Was this the first, or was it Toy Story?
I don't think this is the first one, but like Toy Story was probably the first. But
I thought Toy Story was the first in this style.
But regardless, I think it's a more impressive style for animators to pull off. But that shouldn't. That shouldn't bias me.
I don't think that should bias the movie. Like that's
no,
not their fault.
I'm just throwing that out there.
I know. I respect your vote. I do.
Yeah. But Bug's Life, that's not why Bug's Life took my vote. It took my
Fair
vote.
enough.
It took my vote, but it's hard because this one's so close.
Look at you leaving Lilo behind, dude. Ohana means family.
Family means no one gets left behind.
Oh, you know I love Lilo and Stitch.
So, for me, I feel like I've seen these movies an equal amount of times almost, but I can never remember what goes on in Bug's Life because it's like, for me, for some reason, it's like a forgettable movie. And Lilo and Stitch is not.
How dare you?
Lilo and Stitch.
I mean, the dude has a point.
Like, he's telling me stuff that, like, doing the plot, and I'm like, remembering. I'm like, oh, yeah, yep, that happened, yep.
That is true.
Yep,
I did find myself
yeah, I was
doing
like,
that.
man, it was such a forgettable movie for me. I don't know. I feel mean saying it because, I mean, as you told me about it, it's like, I remember that. It's good. This is good. But
it is a good movie. Like, I'm not saying it's not. Yeah. I just, as far as when I just strip it all away, like all the animation, all of the, what is the story about? It's about a lost soul finding a family versus a colony finding their power. And I love that lost soul more. I just think it's better.
You know what did it for me? You know how many memes came out of A Bug's Life? Zero. Goose egg. Tons from Lilo and Stitch.
That's not true, dude. The caterpillars got memes.
Okay.
I'm a beautiful butterfly.
One that's not even funny.
I'll find some Bugs Life memes.
What if Tanner's secretly just voting based on what has more memes on the internet? See?
I've been doing it this whole time, actually.
Tanner's like, stay where you are. Stay where you are.
I'm going to text you right now. Don't tell them anymore.
Don't tell.
Right. All right, so Lilo and Stitch will move on to the next round.
Did you say Lilo and Snitch?
No, I said Stitch.
Okay, I was going to say.
And then so will The Lion King, meaning that Monsters, Inc. and A Bug's Life are eliminated. It's a bad week for Pixar.
Actually, really sad. Both good movies.
The great movies, yeah. All right, so if you remember correctly, I have said in the past that we are going to do an awards show. We are going to do that now. In this, we're running it. What are we at? About an hour here. So we're going to go through these awards, and then we're going to play a bigger game of Pokemon 20 questions. So this episode will probably run a little bit longer than normal. But, whatever, deal with it. Here we are. So for the awards, we got, let's just count the categories here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nope, 12. So 12 categories. Some will take longer to discuss than others, but what do you guys think? You just want to start with?
Yeah. Start from the
So
top.
these are for 2020 things that we've all saw. Obviously, there's going to be things that like I haven't seen that Mike has, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So we'll just kind of have to do like a majority decision for a winner.
What if we don't get a majority? All three of us pick different things.
Somebody's going to have to cave or fight.
Don't rear naked choke me.
Told you guys I was feeling it this week.
Yeah.
So first up, I got this in the order we normally do news. First up, best movie of 2020. Big one right off the start. So for this category, I put down Bad Boys for Life, Sonic the Hedgehog, Pixar's Onward, Artemis Fowl, Hamilton,
Oh, I haven't seen those.
Tenet,
Good.
Mulan, Enola Holmes, The Tax Collector, Palm Springs, and Soul from Pixar. Pixar.
You guys are gonna be so biased because you just saw Soul and it was so good.
I'm honestly leaning like more so towards like Soul, Enola Holmes.
I was actually gonna say Enola Holmes. I've heard great things about it.
But if you ain't seen it.
But Tenet though.
Tenet was good. It's just I don't know. It wasn't.
Cast your vote.
The reason people
vote.
people at home won't be picking Tenet because it's so complex, but it's so good.
So you're saying people at home are stupid? Is that what you're saying?
I'm stupid. I didn't get it like the first time. Just because I stole your meme. I steal all Zach's memes, by the way.
That's right. He stole your meme today.
He stole mine.
Oh yeah, he did. He said I totally didn't get this from a guy who rear naked chokes people.
He's a burglar and not the good kind.
What's your vote, Tanner?
Yeah, what's your vote?
I'm really, really hard between the tax collector and Tenet, but I gotta go Tenet.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I'm between Enola Holmes and Tenet.
Yeah, I'm also between Enola Holmes and.
Although Sonic the Hedgehog though.
It was good. I just don't
good.
think it's like my favorite movie of the year.
Wasn't Tenet good?
I'm gonna have to go Tenet.
Yeah. All right.
I didn't mean.
That's
I
fine.
didn't mean to make the decision already.
No, that's totally fine.
What were you gonna go?
I
like Enola Holmes too, but it wasn't that. It wasn't Sherlocky enough for me.
I thought you guys were gonna go Soul for sure.
If you want a Sherlock Holmes movie, go watch a Sherlock Holmes movie.
I will with Robert Downey Jr. That makes me happy.
Man.
None of
Yeah,
them
I
were
wouldn't
Soul.
vote Tenet. My favorite movie of the year would probably honestly be like Palm Springs with Andy Samberg.
That was hilarious, dude. That was a good movie.
I haven't seen it yet.
But no, that's totally fine. We'll give
It's
it to
like
Tenet.
Groundhog Day.
Oh.
And he said like he wakes up in the same place every day at a wedding. Like
Oh.
yeah, it's interesting.
I should watch it. I should watch it.
It's so good. All right. Tanner, you want to read the next
Best
category?
actor:
Best actor.
Will Smith, Bad Boys for Life; Lin-Manuel Miranda, Hamilton; John David Washington, Tenet; Robert Pattinson, Tenet; Bobby Soto, The Tax Collector;
These are good ones. Yeah.
Ben Schwartz, the Sonic the Hedgehog; Jim Carrey, Sonic the Hedgehog; Pedro Pascal, Mandalorian Season 2.
How dare you forget?
I ain't
Best Actor
gonna
in
read
August.
it. I ain't gonna read it. Jonathan Majors, Lovecraft Country.
I lean more towards Jonathan Majors in this
right
category.
there with you,
I know
dude.
you haven't watched Lovecraft Country, but he's so
It is
good.
the
in
best
it.
show,
It is.
dude. Like,
It is so good, dude.
I mean, I know we're all on The Mandalorian because it was a great show, but Lovecraft Country really might have been
He's
my
just
show of
got.
the year, dude.
He's just gotten.
He was excellent.
He just goes for it, dude.
he was
Like,
excellent.
like-
He just did. I can't even describe it. He did great. The emotions I felt in that show because of him.
I do need to start this. There's so many I need to start.
It's very good, man. Yeah, I would agree with you. I would say Jonathan Majors.
Well, you
Podcast.
you already know I'm going for Pedro Pascal because I love Narcos and I love
Mandalorian. But the only reason I stray away from that is because I don't really want to count his voice acting. Like,
But
And
he's
when-
been in other stuff.
Hey,
He's been in
put-
other
put-
stuff.
I know.
Put Lateef Crowder on here then. How about that?
I was gonna say, yeah, Pedro Pascal is only Din Djarin for 1/3 of the entire movie or
Although,
show.
let's not forget, Robert Pattinson's been going off lately in all the stuff. he's
I'm
been
excited to see Batman, man.
in. I know.
All right, so what's your vote? I'm gonna go
Well, you know mine.
Jonathan Majors.
I'm going Pedro Pascal.
I'm going Jonathan Majors.
Oh, okay, fine.
Works for me.
Hey, feel free to change your vote in 2021
After I've
after you finish Lovecraft
After I've
Country.
seen it. Okay,
Just
that's
come
fair.
here and bow down and admit you were wrong.
All right. You know what? It is fair because I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's so good.
All right, Mike,
Best actress.
you want to read this one?
If I can pronounce this first person's name. Wait, is that okay? That's the one who
It's-
plays Mulan.
it's
Louis
Mulan.
Yifi. Louis Yifi. Anyway, Millie Bobby Brown, Anya Taylor-Joy, Journey Smollett, Margot Robbie, Mila Djokovic, and Gal Gadot, who's obviously Wonder Woman. This is a tough one.
So those who again don't know, Journey Smollett is also in Lovecraft Country.
So I know what you guys are gonna vote for.
I don't think I'm gonna vote for her again.
You know what? I don't want to cause us to have like a ridiculous nobody picks the same thing, but it's hard for me to even look at these other girls on the same level as her.
Really? I don't know, man.
Other than Millie Bobby Brown, and I'm gonna weigh this in my head right now.
I think that's my vote, dude, because
I'm gonna
of
weigh
how
this-
good
I'm
she
gonna
is in
weigh
that
this in my
movie.
head.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think I'm going for Gal Gadot because I think she's a good actress, but there were some parts that were a little bit cheesy in all the stuff she's in. Like,
I don't think I give it to her either.
Kind of cheesy.
I really kind of lean more towards Millie Bobby Brown here.
She's the small arm version of the chick from The Mandalorian.
The small arm version.
Because the other chick is gigantic arms.
Jacked.
She is. We all know Monster World Hunters. Zach's gonna love because he loves everything Monster World. But Birds of Prey got kind of mixed reviews. I haven't seen it yet.
It's not bad. I don't think it got. I think it got more hate than it deserved, but Margot Robbie's not the reason that movie is awesome.
Well, you can't. You can't hate the actresses or the actors. It's not. They're not the writers.
If anything, Journey Smollett is better in Birds of Prey because she's in it too.
Oh, so. You know what? Since I've heard such good things, I'm going for Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna throw my vote to her too.
It's TKM, boys.
She's just so good in that movie, dude.
She's good in that movie. I like
Oh, so good.
Let's not forget the Man of Steel's in that movie with her, right?
Don't care.
Way to be the buffest Sherlock Holmes in the history of Sherlock Holmes.
So, our next category.
Are you talking about Henry Cavill?
Yeah.
He's so buff. He's
so big, dude.
Just don't ever see him as a Sherlock Holmes type, you know?
So our next category is best new TV show / new season of a TV show. And the nominees are Lovecraft Country.
Of course.
The Mandalorian Season 2.
of course as well.
The Queen's Gambit. The Vow. Raised by Wolves. And The Walking Dead World Beyond.
Okay.
I overwhelmingly vote for The Mandalorian Season 2 in this category.
I have to as well, but I want to hear Tanner's first.
No, yeah, I want to hear everybody's opinions.
But it's not, like I said, it's not fair. I haven't seen Lovecraft Country.
Right.
It's just not fair.
I honestly, for some reason, I really kind of clung on to the first season of Mandalorian more than I did the second one.
Right.
So I'm going to go Lovecraft Country in this one.
Fair enough. And here's the thing. Mandalorian Season 2 has an edge that Lovecraft Country doesn't. It had an entire first season to build the characters that are in Season 2.
Also, Season 2, I might almost say better than Season 1. But
And it's
I
weird, too,
agree.
because
I agree with you there. I like Season 2 more than
Lovecraft Country,
Season
it's
1.
not even as much character building as it is just like the emotions that it makes you feel in certain episodes.
yeah.
Like the directing style. I was terrified for... Do you remember those twins?
Yep.
Yeah, I was terrified for like days.
Okay, you're such a fan of the show. What's their names?
What was it again? I remember we looked it up because I showed you that book cover. What was it?
I don't remember either.
Oh,
Such a forgettable show.
Such a forgettable show. How dare you guys say that
Just
about
kidding.
Bug's Life?
Just kidding. I love that show. All right, Tanner.
yeah.
Your turn, baby.
Oh, yep.
Okay, give me one second. I want to know the name of the twins.
Well, I
I
guess.
say if you want to take it, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Except, is this Zephyreth?
Sephiroth.
I've never hit you before. I really haven't.
Tanner beats me every night. Don't listen to him.
Topsy and Bopsy.
Topsy and Bopsy.
Well, you go ahead and take this then. Topsy and Bopsy.
All right, I will. Sephiroth. Final Fantasy VII. Moff Gideon.
Well, what's
Mandalorian.
the category, Tanner?
Oh, yeah, best villain. Sorry. I thought he'd already said that.
Best villain.
Oh, did I not? Sorry.
Yeah, best villain. Sephiroth, Final Fantasy VII. Moff Gideon, The Mandalorian. COVID-19. Life.
Oh, sorry.
Christina Braithwaite. Lovecraft. Oh, she was bad. Dr. Robotic Sonic. Bori Khan. Mulan. Andre Sator, Tennant. Amber Heard, just for life.
Oh, yes.
I think you know where my vote's going.
Yeah, right. We hate Amber.
Is he asking if Mandalorian is good? Because the first season is
He's
amazing.
asking about a mandolin, which is actually an instrument.
Yeah.
Because the first season is
Mandolins are
amazing, dude.
No, the first season is amazing, but the second season was almost
That's what
a
I mean.
little bit better.
It sounds like he's asking if it wasn't that good. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all, Zach.
No.
The first season of The Mandalorian is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
He's saying it wasn't that good.
But it is a question mark because we were saying...
I don't know if he's asking or if he's
Because
telling
we were
us,
saying
but
I almost
Either
thought
way,
season two.
he's a ginger. So we can just move on from this.
Expose him to sunlight.
So my best villain for this year is Amber Heard from Life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know about you guys.
It's pretty much a tie. Well, here's...
I want
it's a tie
to
between-
statement. I want to make a statement before I make my vote. I hate her so much.
Oh my god, dude.
I'm so like I've read. I don't want to get like into the story, but I read like court documents of what she said he did and what she admitted to on top of what he did, and I was like, how did she get away with this? She admitted to 50. She did like 50 things to Johnny Depp, and he had like they were like, oh, he's like, I didn't do this, but she's saying I did it, and I'm like, that stuff is not as bad as what she admitted to. How did she? No,
There's also,
Amber Heard for life.
There's also like 87 instances of videos and recordings like proving Johnny Depp's innocence, and she's still.
Yeah, still, she's just still. Oh,
Can I say though that Moff Gideon, as well as
Moff Gideon's close second.
shout out because
he's
Giancarlo Espinosa, dude. Oh, the dude is just unbelievable.
Surprised we didn't say anything more about COVID. Like
COVID.
we didn't all have it like twice this year.
I don't know, it got me time off work, although it is a pretty big villain.
It is.
And the villain in Tenet, big shout out. I thought he was a horrible villain.
Yep, Gilderoy Lockhart.
Yeah.
I will never stop looking at him as that dude.
All right, man.
Okay.
Mike, it's your turn.
Biggest letdowns of 2020. We got Wonder Woman 1984. These two just saw it.
Big time.
Cyberpunk 2077. Now, if you guys haven't been following the news, big letdown. New Mutants, Bloodshot, and no Marvel movie in 2020.
Not a single Marvel movie.
Yeah. This is a tough one, actually. This.
I can go first if it's tough.
Yeah, you go for it.
No Marvel movie. Do you know how hard this year was?
It's rough, dude. It's like
to just get let down all the time.
Oh, because he's saying so we have to say ginger instead of ginger. You can't say the hard.
Ginger.
You can't say the hard R.
That's the first time I've said the word today.
My favorite coworker Will is a ginger, and when he be rapping
hard
songs,
R, dude.
He goes, "What these girls want from a ginger?" Every time we're working together.
That's funny.
So yeah, I went no Marvel movie.
No Marvel
that was
movies for
difficult.
you.
I mean, I got let down by quite a few things this year, and I feel like that would be one of the things that wouldn't have let me down.
It's so tough between that one and Cyberpunk.
Yeah, that was a messy launch, and that was one of the most anticipated games in
feel
like the last 5 years.
Did you play it?
Yeah, well, I've seen my friends play it.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, without firsthand experience, we only have other people's stuff to go by, so it's hard.
But I've been watching a lot of Twitch. I've been watching. It's almost like I played it based on all the Twitch I watched of it and stuff.
That's fair.
But it does look pretty.
I haven't even seen any gameplay, so I can't really go.
I will also go with no Marvel movie.
I think that's a TKM too, because it just feels like world peace has been active since 2008 when Iron Man came out, and now that we have a year without it, I know this is our second year without a Marvel movie. In between, I think Incredible Hulk 2 and Iron Man 2.
I'm telling you, dude.
But has anything ever been the same since spoilers? Iron Man died.
No.
Has anything ever been the same? No.
And since the last dance of Captain America.
That's how COVID started. Was Iron Man dying? Everybody knows it.
Isn't it funny that Disney could literally like stop World War III by just releasing a 10 movie? I still hold on to that belief that they are like
they could, dude.
I'm so glad it's your turn to read the next category.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
The biggest crush of the boys in 2020. Tanner wanting to make love to Conor McGregor. Kyle wanting to tongue punch Miles Morales' groin. Not wrong.
Not wrong.
Michael desiring to lay in bed with Gaston because nobody lays like Gaston.
No one lays.
Tanner craving the touch of Chris Evans's Mondo boner.
That thing's thick.
Kyle alluding to boning the entire staff that created The Last of Us Part 2.
I made that up and didn't do that. But...
and would definitely do it again. Michael coveting Martin Vittori's No Square.
Michael and Tanner. Let's
Let's
be real.
Well, to be fair, most of these things is all three of us.
Right.
I just had to put a name. I had to put a name with it.
Tanner wishing to bed the embodiment of Final Fantasy recreated as a person.
Just give me turn-based stuff.
A turn-based sex.
Turn-based sex.
Turn-based sex. Use what move now?
Kyle loving Cinderella enough to apparently vote against Princess and the Frog.
Frown face.
Frown face.
Would do it again. And Michael, of course, loves Anna, so please don't beat him up after this episode.
These are all my crushes. I had to put this one in there.
That's so funny. I think out of all of these, my favorite one is your your two's Martin Vittori's No Square.
I love Marvin Vittori, dude.
Yeah, I love Marvin Vittori's great.
I love Marvin Vittori.
That I don't know though. It's a tough one because we got Conor McGregor's on here, and he is the crush of this whole podcast.
It's not his only nomination tonight,
So maybe don't vote for him this time.
Well, vote for who you want, but I think I'm going to give it to you guys, like, whipping your no-nos out about Martin Vittori every chance you get.
Dude, he's great. He's so great. I'm actually going to go for Conor McGregor.
Put me in the game.
I'm actually going to vote for Conor McGregor, though.
All right. Tanner?
Yeah, I really want to make love to Conor McGregor. Let's do that.
Sounds good. Conor McGregor takes that one.
First of all, I do want to, and I always have. Second of all, I blame you more. There's his ass cheeks in our bathroom now because you got the shower curtain. I got to look at those donk cheeks every day now and not want him.
Yeah. I think
Figure it out.
I think this is figure it out.
Figure it out.
All right. Tanner.
Is this the way you're going to ask me over Twitch?
Oh, yeah.
Probably. I'm allergic to cats, by the way.
Well, I don't have any cats, so.
It's because we hate cats.
All right, so this is... I'll do this one again. So this is the part where we throw it back to you. Our best Twitch listener from 2020.
Our live.
Our live in-chat listener.
I guess I gotta take her out because she's not live. There's a girl at my work that listens to all of our stuff, but not live, so I took her out.
I got you. Yep, fair enough. So our best Twitch listener. All right. You want to throw down the nominees?
We got Zachary Lindenwald. That's not his real name. It's just Lynn. Anna.
Balake?
Balake.
Balake.
Blake?
Is there a Balake here?
We got my twin Daniel. We also got Conor McGregor, faithful listener every single week.
Thank you, Conor McGregor.
Every week. Yeah, we see you, Connor.
We see you. So
Special guest coming soon, just so you guys know.
special guest. Probably I gotta give this one to Anna. She's been with us since day one. Since with me anyway.
Yeah, I can agree. She's kind of our guy in the chair when you're a really bad guy in the chair.
You are terrible sometimes, and she always picks up the slack. I'm going with Anna as well.
All right,
I think so.
Anna, you win.
Anna gets the first live TKM.
Although Zach, we love you too, and
Zach's been there
and
since the beginning.
screw you, Blake. I'm not allowed to say the F word because Anna will say. The
Honestly,
language.
everybody that
Fuck
listens,
you,
man, we love you guys like a huge
So much.
amount,
So much. Give you kisses.
Everyone but Blake.
Everyone but Blake.
All right, you can read this one, Tanner. Go ahead.
Most hilarious tragedies of the boys. I'm not reading the first one.
Read it.
I'll skip that. One of you guys can read it later. Michael, not having seen Alexander till this year. Tragic. Kyle, a heavyweight, literally injuring his arm on a child's toy. Tanner allowing us to lose so many times at Pokemon 20 questions. Michael had nothing to do with this. Is that how you
News
really
to me.
feel? Someone else can read the top one. I'm not reading it.
No, there's two more at the
Oh, I'm
next
glad I
page.
couldn't see him. Michael falling into the trap of marriage willingly. Kyle shaving his Viking beard randomly. Yeah,
That
what
was
the fuck up with
tragic. Yeah.
Not only tragic, but just
And of course, the very first nomination, Tanner actually thinking that Troy is a good movie.
Yeah, one of the biggest tragedies.
conversational piece for next week.
Anna win what? Wow. We're taking the trophy away. Anyway.
Yeah, say, Zach, you still there?
She's a few minutes behind me.
Yeah, Zach's still there. Yeah. Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, they might be a little bit behind.
So does anybody disagree that me shattering my elbow and going into horrifying debt is
That's a pretty big tragedy.
is not the worst tragedy?
Yeah, but that's too serious. This wasn't supposed to be serious.
Well, I didn't put it on there. You nominated it.
But you literally injured your arm on a child's toy.
I'd say shattering my elbow or
Tanner thinking Troy's a good movie.
that. I don't know. That's pretty bad too.
Cool elbow, bro. You see those two backwards cards up there? They haunt my dreams.
So that's what you're voting for, or what?
Yeah, I am. Matter of fact,
I'm going with my elbow.
I thought there was actually 3 turned over cards.
yeah, I think he
There
dropped.
is. Some of them fell off. So I got to put them back up there after the show.
Don't.
I think one was because I said Clefairy instead of Clefable.
The week
You
I
said
was here.
Clefable instead of
The
Clefairy.
week I wasn't here.
Clefable instead of
Or
Clefairy.
something. You got them mixed up.
I got
Because
him.
Michael had something to do with this. It was the week I wasn't here.
Michael had nothing to do with this.
All right.
So
you gotta-
I'm. Well, we have to have a decision.
Well, no, if you pick something different, I will take it upon myself to pick one of your twos.
I go with Kyle. I was just being mean.
I'll go with you injuring. I'll go with you injuring your hand and going.
I was just upset about the cards.
I was just upset. Yeah, we'll go with it.
That works, man. I'll take the W. All right.
Is it a W? Is it a
I won. Reminds me of Monsters Inc. when when he's on TV and the logo's over his face. He's like, I was on TV.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Can you believe?
All right, we got our video game of the year. So, I know I did a lot of playing of these games. I don't know how many you guys jumped into or
I mostly watched you played some of them, but
I've watched on Twitch.
I can vote based on what game I liked watching you play.
Fair enough. So, game of the year, we got Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us Part 2, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Cyberpunk 2077, which shouldn't be on there, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Resident Evil 3, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, and Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Hurry up and say it. I already know what you're saying.
That's a mouthful. Yeah, I'm going to go with Cyberpunk 2077.
You like sitting at the
Why
bottom
don't I
of the
just
map?
go? Why don't I just go last then?
I like sitting in between walls stuck where I can't move.
Tanner?
I'm going to go with The Last of Us Part 2 because I really enjoyed watching Kyle play it because it was a pretty cool story. And I never played any of these other ones, so I can't really.
Well,
I played Final Fantasy. I played Dragon Ball Z and Final Fantasy VII a little bit, but I never really made it through
Fair enough.
the games.
So it seems like the first two had the most nominations, and I did play Last of Us Part 2, and it is great. Haven't finished it. Have you finished it?
I have, yeah.
Twice.
Don't give anything away.
No, I won't. I'm actually just like four or five trophies away from my platinum. I got to get back into it to get in there and grind out those little things left.
So this one might be a TKM because I am going to go Last of Us Part 2.
I think it's a TKM for me also.
And it literally did win Game of the Year. So in the who announced the Game of the Year? Was it G2?
I don't remember.
Somebody did.
I know our guest next week is shivering somewhere in town because she prefers the Ghost of Tsushima.
Well, I did give Ghost of Tsushima a shout out. I gave it a shout out.
All right, Mike, you want to read the next nominees?
Yeah. Fight of the Year.
This is a tough one.
So we got Figueredo versus Moreno, so good. Zhang.
We're gonna lean kind of more towards UFC for these, I think.
Yeah.
So just so everybody's.
Also, there wasn't a lot of amazing boxing
maybe Tyson
fights.
Fury, but
Tyson Fury.
That wasn't amazing. Tyson Fury
It was
destroyed.
amazing the way he put him out.
Yeah,
What's up?
So it's like-
Well, okay. Then why is Ferguson Gaethje on here? Because Gaethje whooped him for 5 rounds.
Okay, true. That's fair. Figueredo versus Moreno. Zhang versus Young Jacek. Poirier versus Hooker. Ferguson versus Gaethje. Miocic versus Cormier. 3. Felder versus Hooker. Jones versus Reyes. Emmett versus Burgos. And Hermanson versus Vittori. That last one's pretty underrated. That last one was really good.
But Figueredo and Moreno, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Also a bad
Gosh.
That was really fresh too. But I had
But
to
then
go back
Zhang,
It is very
Young
fresh.
Jacek.
But the Jacek fight,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
I had to go back and watch a couple just because.
And that Hooker, the Felder versus Hooker.
That was a good one.
That fight was
I felt
amazing.
so bad for both of them. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I think
For me, I'm between Jacek and Felder Hooker. It's just so hard to pick.
I'm thinking I'm leaning more towards Jacek, honestly. I
And you gotta think too, like it sucks
That
thinking about
fight
it,
was
but
a
looking at
bloodbath,
like her
dude.
face afterwards, like Zhang finishes like everybody.
Yeah.
With her
Right.
with power. Like Jacek took a beating in that fight, but kept coming. I gotta go with that one.
I'll go with Figueredo versus Moreno, I think.
that's a crazy fight too.
Yeah.
Man. All right.
So we're between these two? Oh,
Nope.
you.
Me and
That's
him voted
That's
for
right.
Jacek. That was a bloodbath, man.
That was.
It was crazy.
All right, Tanner.
Knockout of the year. Sunsao versus Garbrandt, O'Malley versus Wineland, Ganow versus Rosenstruck. Can't pronounce that name versus Buckley. McGregor versus Cerrone. Chimaev versus Mearshart. I said Shart. Ferguson versus Gaethje. Adesanya versus Costa. Reyes versus Blachowicz.
You know what's funny? The worst knockout of the year was Gaethje versus Ferguson because it wasn't even a real knockout. It was just pure brutal.
Yeah, it was just
brutal.
It was a jab
stoppage.
that made him go like that, and the ref had just seen enough.
Uncompetitive stoppage.
It was an uncompetitive stoppage. Yeah.
So, I was watching this UFC video today, and it was like knockouts of the year, whatever, and they had a bunch of them side by side, and they had a Sunsao Garbrandt and O'Malley Wineland side by side, and I was like, I'm gonna pick one of those too.
You're not, but what about Buckley though? Come on.
It was super cool and flashy, but it's almost like one of those things where it's like Uriah Hall did that spinning back kick, and then it was like, that's the craziest knockout I've ever seen. And then somebody else does something cooler like later.
Well, yeah, but this is this year.
And then Anthony,
but I'm talking like these are just like crazy flash KOs that
like Anthony Pettis running off the cage.
Yeah, it's like things that like I'm looking for like
that's
the
what
best,
this category is
but
for.
But I'm thinking of the best, just like straight one shot, like somebody goes out, and it's usually.
I think that embodies it, dude. A spinning back kick, asleep, like not even nothing. Just
plus he didn't have a base, which if you know anything about striking, the base is where your power comes from. He didn't have a base.
He had torque though, because he turned his whole body.
Yeah, he had a torque base kind of.
I'm gonna go O'Malley Wineland just because he turned around before the dude's head hit the ground. He turned around and walked away.
You're gonna make me vote against O'Malley, my boy.
I'm going Buckley, dude. This whole category is for a flashy.
Okay, if we're not going flashy, technically the best knockout was Gaethje versus Ferguson because of how brutal it was.
Yeah, it was just technical.
But I'm gonna go with Buckley. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just so.
I feel like I worded that wrong. Like not like it's just like I'm never gonna see that again. But
exactly. So that should definitely win.
But what I mean is like I like seeing just straight. This is so hard to explain.
Although Garbrandt did
like if I saw 8 straight right hands that all knock people out, which one was the coolest? Like that one will forever like live in my mind over the years. Like, cause if I think as far back as I can think of Rick Story versus somebody else in the welterweight division that just straight hand down the middle, put him to sleep up against the fence. That was dope. But then you compare it to that one, and like through the years, you can almost compare these punches. And those, it's like how many
do you really have to compare to?
Here's
somebody
the cool
getting
thing
their
about
foot caught and then a spinning back kick.
You don't.
The cool thing about Garbrandt is it happened at the bell. That was the cool thing about Garbrandt.
That was cool.
But Ngannou's could win any category on any given day for knockouts.
Yeah, he's a scary dude, man. He's a scary dude, man.
Here's why I would never vote for Ngannou's knockout of Rosenstrike. He missed like 20 haymakers until he finally landed that one.
That was real sloppy.
All right, and our final category of the year, fighter of the year. The nominees: Davidson Figueiredo, Weili Zhang, Jorge Masvidal, Henry Cejudo, Israel Adesanya, Justin Gaethje, Jorge Masvidal's on there twice. Douglas Lima, Gerard Musai, Valentina Shevchenko.
How dare you not say Gegard Mousasi? It's okay. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I messed it up. Yeah, my bad. And then here you got Hazmat Chumajagavagavajabumbo here at the end. I don't know if you want to include him, but
I had to put him in because he might honestly be one of the fighters of the year.
Fighters of the year.
What did he win? Like 3 or 4 fights this year, and 2 of them.
I thought he only had 2 back-to-back fights.
He had that third fight. He had 3 fights in 2020, and he won all 3 of them.
Well, I thought he had 2 fights on Fight Island back-to-back, and then he was scheduled, and then he hasn't fought yet.
No, his third fight was against GM3, which was on Knockout of the Year.
Okay.
And that wasn't a back-to-back one.
True.
And it was against a really good veteran.
Right.
I had to put Kamaev on there because it's like
it's hard to avoid him.
Yeah, it's hard to avoid him.
I think because Israel Adesanya has so many defends. Like he's eating everybody alive.
He is eating everybody alive.
Like it's hard for me to ignore that, even if he's not the flashiest.
Unfortunately, I can't vote for Gaethje or Lima. Unfortunately, because they just lost their last fight.
Yeah.
Even though they had great year, even though they both had great years.
I don't know. I lean kind of more towards Izzy.
I have to go Izzy.
Same with Masvidal. Actually, Masvidal lost his last fight.
I mean, Izzy didn't have a super cool fight with Romero.
Right, but he's 20-0 now.
It's what you do when you're a counter striker and the other person's not throwing punches. You have to be defensive the whole time.
Well, right, yeah. You want my championship? You come get it.
He did mess up Costa pretty good.
Yeah,
he did.
And he is 20-0.
This is tough. I want to go with because Gegard Mousasi's undefeated in Bellator. He's smashing everyone. but Hazmat Chalupa, he
Just call him Hazmat Chalupa.
Hazmat Chalupa.
Hazmat Chalupa. That's his name from now on.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Hazmat. I'm gonna do it.
All right.
Well, you lose.
You went with Israel as well?
Yep.
Yeah, I lose anyway.
It's like you lose, so good pick.
Good pick. Figurito, I hate Figurito though, so.
All right, that concludes the 2020 Velocity Entertainment Awards. First annual. Tune in next year to see what we decide for the same categories. Now, we are going to do Pokemon 80 questions. So I asked people to write in and give us some Pokemon suggestions. Only 4 people did. Thank you to the 4 that did. For the rest of you who saw the post and didn't write in any suggestions, grow up.
Please grow up.
They are cowards.
I left my notepad out of here. But the first one will come from Zach. So if you lose, you know who to yell at.
Oh, I will.
Let the questioning begin.
You want to knock out a couple basic ones?
Yeah, should we start with types?
Yeah.
Fire, water.
No.
Let's do normal or fighting.
No.
Psychic or ghost?
No.
Ground or grass.
No.
We still have electric.
Electric and
We still have flying, I guess.
flying.
No. That's 5.
Fuck.
Zach already wants us to lose. Also, that's how you spell loose. Loose.
Loose, fools.
Loose. Fly. Loose.
He's telling you to to fire your arrow.
He told me to be
Yes.
easy
Loose.
easy on the R. Why don't you be easy on that O? All right?
Yeah.
It's an extra one.
Let's see here. So, other types are...
Would it be dragon or ice?
No.
Almost got it.
Well, now we have fairy and... Depending on the...
Didn't I just ask for you?
No, you asked psychic and ghost.
Okay.
We still have oh my gosh, why am I blanking? I guess we have fairy and bug, but
Those fairy or bug?
No.
What are the other types?
You said fire and water first, right?
Yes.
Okay, just make sure.
Wait, what other types are there? What the heck? Psychic ghost.
You could do dark or.
What's in? I know there's others.
I feel like we hit them all already.
Is dark the last one we didn't hit?
I feel like it.
But then we're gonna waste a question if.
We didn't do rock, I guess. You did ground, but not rock.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Is it rock or dark?
Yes.
Is it rock?
Yes.
Is it Gen 1?
No. That's 10.
Is it Gen 2?
It is Gen 2.
Rock Gen 2. So all nobody yell Onyx right away.
This is gonna suck.
So what do you call the guy with like the hand? He's like the boulder with the hands. What's his name?
Golem or Graveler?
Yeah.
Gen 1.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Geodude's Gen 1.
Wasn't there a Gen 2 version of him or no?
There's a Alolan version of them that's different.
That's Gen 7 technically, but
Oh.
Alolans are weird. I don't know how I would.
If we get into that at some point, you'll have to
we'll have
let
to
us
we'll
know.
have to have a conversation about how you want to treat Alolans, but
Okay. Let's. Okay, so he is rock type. Knowing Zach, it's probably something ridiculous. Well, I told him not to make it too hard though, so don't think like too hard.
Oh, I'll hit him.
Oh, I'll hit him. Zach, we will all put you in rear naked choke. I guess I would say, does he have a tail? But that's kind of a difficult question with rock types. Because like Onyx has a tail, I would say. Mm-hmm. But
Just trying to think of Gen 2 stuff.
that's not a good question for rock.
That's what I get for never having a rock type in my team when I play silver or gold.
Neither did I. Rock type are stupid, and I don't respect them. Not Geodude or Grappler, but what? It's on the tip of my tongue. How many ground types? Or I guess, can I ask if it's a dual type?
Most rock and ground are like dual types, but at the same time, they're not.
Well, that confused me.
Go ahead and ask, though.
Is it a dual type?
No.
Only rock.
Gosh, I can't. Oh, this is going to make me mad, too. I can't remember which generation Nosepass is.
Does it... Hold on. I'm just going to use the question. Does it have a tail?
No.
Even though there's only like 2 rock types that have anything close to a tail.
Should we skip over to a different Pokemon?
Yeah, we almost should.
We'll go to the next one.
All right. You are at 13 questions. Go ahead with the next.
Is it fire or water?
No.
Is it electric or grass?
No.
Normal or fighting?
No. That's
Ghost,
15 and 16.
ghost or psychic?
No.
Is it dragon or fairy?
No.
We still have ice, dark, and...
Is it ice or dark?
Yes.
Is it ice?
Yes. That's 20.
Is it Gen 1?
Yes.
This one should be decent.
Well, if a listener put it in, it's probably super hard.
There's not too
I
many.
told listeners to not screw you guys
There's
over
really
too
like-
bad.
there's really
Try
like
and stump you, but
There's like 4 ice Pokemon.
Oh, what's that one?
Cloyster, Shelder, Dugong, and Seal.
That last one was the one I was thinking of. I guess we could ask if it has a tail, but it would.
Is it a second evolution?
no.
Is it a first evolution?
Yes.
Okay.
So Gen 1, first evolution. Wow.
Oh. I feel like they were trying to be a little tricky here, and I think I might know what it is. Does it have long blonde hair?
Long blonde hair?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I was thinking it might be Jinx.
Oh, that's... Wait, that's ice type?
It's ice,
She's
yeah.
an ice, yeah.
Oh. I never knew that.
Is it purple?
No. That's 25.
Is that seal
That rules out Shelder.
Shelter?
Is it very light blue?
Yes.
Does it have a tail?
Yes.
Gotta be Seal.
That's what I was thinking, but...
Is it Seal?
No.
Oh, what?
That was Articuno.
Oh my god!
Wait.
Oh, the legendary ice bird.
Of course it's going to be a legendary.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
oh my god!
You will be on question 29. Do you want to go back to your first, or do you want to
Fuck
go?
no! Let's go to the next one.
Yeah. I don't want to go back to that rock type that's literally been boning us.
All right. Go ahead with the third.
I feel like we could have asked a couple more questions before getting.
Well, it was everything led to it. It seemed like
I blame Zach. I blame Zach.
I would call Seal like more white, honestly.
Really?
yeah.
I guess.
But it is what it is. So, question number 29. Moving on to your third.
All right, let's get these semantics
All right.
out of the way. Fire, ice,
No.
light or electric, grass,
No.
ghost, fairy.
No.
Normal fighting.
No.
You did say fire, ice, so you forgot water. We should do. Did you say ground yet?
No.
Water, ground.
No.
This is ridiculous.
Did you say psychic or ghost here?
No.
Psychic, ghost.
Yes.
Psychic.
Yes.
Is it Gen 1?
Yes.
Screw you guys with your Gen 1 things. That's I haven't played through Gen 1. I haven't. So
Where were you in the first one then? That's Gen 2.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
The one Zach picked is Generation 2.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think of psychic types here. Abracadabra, Alakazam, Mr. Mime.
Abracadabra, Alakazam, Mr. Mime. You also have Psyduck.
Psyduck, yeah.
Psyduck and,
Suppose you can get that dual type question out of the way if you want.
is it a dual type?
No.
Okay. That rules out Psyduck then.
Yeah, because what is he, water and psychic?
Yep.
But Abra is only psychic, I'm pretty sure. No, wait.
Does it have a tail?
Yes.
Well, Abra definitely does.
Well, Mr. Mime doesn't.
So that rules out Mr. Mime.
Mm-hmm.
So what other besides Abra has a tail in this?
Well, Abracadabra and Alakazam have a tail.
So we should ask what evolution.
Yeah, go for that.
Is it first evolution?
No.
Such a waste of questions. Is it second evolution?
Yes. That's 40.
Fuck. Okay. Is it brown?
Well, it's like a tannish brown. It's like tan.
He knows what I mean.
Okay, you know what we mean.
Tannish brown.
Yes.
I don't want to do it again.
I
but
know, yeah,
for
we're
Gen
gonna-
1, there's really not a whole
We're
lot
gonna
else.
do it
so-
again. So it's Abra, Abracadabra.
So it's
Alakazam.
it'd be Kadabra because it'd be second
yeah,
evolution.
Abracadabra. Yeah. Oh,
Is
this
it Kadabra?
It is good.
Yeah,
Fuck!
it's-
I was so fucking scared. I was so scared.
Number 43. On to your second to last one.
Who did that one? Well, that was a good one though.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Okay, well, got 2 left and 40 questions.
We got this.
You were halfway there exactly.
Well, we're
40.
halfway there.
Well, and I guess technically we got most of the questions out of the way for the last one because we didn't do the last one because it's Zach's.
Yeah, screw you, Zach.
Yeah, screw you, Zach. Fire, water.
No.
I'm telling you, normal and fighting are the biggest. Is it normal fighting?
Yes.
Is it normal?
No.
So it's fighting. All right, this one might be a little more up my alley. All right.
Is it Gen 1?
No.
Is it Gen 2?
No.
Oh, fuck. Is it Gen 3?
No.
Oh, so it has to be, because you said nothing above Gen 4, so it has to be Gen 4, right? I feel like you
One
can
could maybe assume that. Maybe.
you can answer that for us. That's not cheating to give us. Okay, so it's Gen 4, and
I don't remember which game is Gen 4. Is that Crystal?
that's
Emerald?
no, Emerald is Gen 2 or 3. Oh yeah, he's not gonna answer this. I think it is Crystal. I think you're right.
Is it a dual type?
No.
Okay. That helps quite a bit.
Fighting. Let me think. So Gen 4 wouldn't have like Machoke Machamp.
No.
And it wouldn't have that monkey whatever. Or
No.
the-
It wouldn't have that. It also wouldn't have Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan. It wouldn't have... Oh, wait. Oh, no. That's a dual type.
Once again, out of water, guys.
Oh wow. Maybe you should have done an 80 questions. No, I'm just kidding. I want to.
No, that's fine.
So I should ask.
Don't be cheating.
Sorry. my ride's almost here.
Yeah, but I want to cheat. When they say cheaters never win, I'm like, why? Then why do they cheat? It obviously comes with winning. So.
Oh.
Fighting type Gen 4.
Well, I'm wondering, I don't remember what gen it is, but I'm wondering if it's the thing that evolves into Hitmontop and Hitmonchan.
Is that in Gen 4?
I would imagine.
Problem is I haven't played Gen 4
I
either.
can't remember the name of it.
That would be, wait. The thing that evolves into Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan.
Mm-hmm.
What decides if it's a Hitmonlee or a Hitmonchan? Yeah.
I don't know.
It's defense, attack, and HP stats. If it's got higher attack, then it's a Hitmonchan. Higher defense, Lee.
Okay.
Higher HP, it's a Hitmontop, I believe.
That was the name. Thanks. We gotta do something like that. Couldn't remember the name of it.
But that's probably not the answer because
probably
you just said it.
Probably
Because
not.
you just.
But there's something that evolves into that. I can't remember what the name of that is either.
Oh,
such bullshit.
we're screwed. Why did you allow Gen 4 into this bullshittery?
Never even finished Emerald.
Everybody was getting some real big stones towards me over the last few weeks.
Until we got a Gen 1 wrong.
True.
I got 19 questions on an easy one.
I know. Oh, you're right, Zach. Sorry, I keep saying Zachariah.
Is it brown?
No. That's 50.
You're 50.
Is it of lighter hue? You know what I mean by that, like tan, white, yellow, lighter on the hue color range.
No.
It's kind of a tricky question, but I had to ask it.
Right.
So that means it's a darker hue. Wait, what's the black fighting type?
The fuck's this guy's deal? I've never heard of a black fighting giant.
They call that John Jones.
John Jones?
John Jones?
Is it the John Jones Hitmon John Jones?
Hitmon Jones.
Hitmon Jones?
It just evolves and it's really tall and it kicks you in the front of your knee all the time.
Illegally.
It only knows one move, illegal knee kick.
Illegal knee kick.
Okay, the Gen 4 makes it like, yeah, because then it can't be Machoke, Machamp. It can't be.
Nope.
It can't be.
You can always go back to your first Pokemon for a little bit.
Well, I'm trying to. Well, that's yeah. I don't think we're.
I was gonna say
Meowth.
Meowth, but Meowth isn't.
It's not a fighting type.
It's not a fighting type.
And I was gonna say. See, this is okay. This is bullshit.
I did not study up on Gen 4 before this podcast at all.
Can we trade 5 questions for a hint?
5 questions for a hint.
Uh-huh.
Okay, sure. Let me see if I can find one on the page I got up.
Quick, grab my laptop.
Instead of hints, how about Pokédex entries? Would that work for you?
Okay. Yeah, like you read me the Pokédex entry.
I will read the Pokédex entry
Okay.
as long as it's not too revealing. It's been in a bunch of games, so I can pick one.
Okay.
All right.
I feel like we should use this on the first.
So
round.
5 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Its body is little yet powerful. It can crest 3 mountains and cross 2 canyons in one night.
This is some bullshit. It looks like a little boy, but I can't think of what it is.
What?
The Pokemon I'm thinking of that would be Gen 4.
Maybe ask him if it looks like a little boy.
Does he look like a bitch? It's like I could ask him that, and then he'd be like, "Yes," and then I'd be like, "I still don't know the Pokemon's name.
It would just be a waste of a question.
There's nothing I can do."
One that looks like a little boy. What?
Does it look like a little boy?
Uh,
Like a younger version of like a Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan?
oh, no.
Okay.
That's 57.
Are you sure that one kicking guy isn't in Gen 4? You know what I'm talking about, the long legs.
It's Gen 1.
Oh.
Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan are Gen 1.
Oh, yeah, that is what I'm thinking of. Duh. What? No, I'm thinking of, no, yeah, you're right.
There's another long legs guy, tell me.
Well, I remember his body's little, so.
Yeah. Cause he a bitch.
Just guess Machop. I don't know.
Okay, you know what? Let's go back to the first one.
Okay.
And trade another 5 questions for a Pokédex entry.
Another 5 for a hint?
Another 5 for a hint.
Okay.
We ain't getting that one.
Yeah.
See if we can go 2 for 4.
Yeah, right. And how many questions are we gonna have left after
We'll
this?
be at 62 or 63,
62.
so we'll have like 17 left. 18.
All right. Your Pokedex entry for this one.
Just spelled completely wrong.
Okay.
Do you still want it, or
Yeah, I do. I'm
Okay.
just thinking for the other one.
Oh.
Oh no, never mind. I fucking hate Pokemon.
Why? There's like 5,000 Pokemon. This is difficult.
There's less than 1,000.
Probably.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
All right. To avoid being attacked, it does nothing but mimic. It hates water and it flees from rain.
To avoid being attacked, it does nothing but mimic. Obviously not mine, but plus, wait, Diglett's ground type.
It's not Gen 2.
Wait, I thought this was Gen 1.
No, you went back to the first one.
Oh,
remember?
yeah.
Back to the first one.
This is Zach's suggestion again.
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I wish we could trade 5 clues for a hint. Or 5 guesses.
We just did that.
You just did that for both.
Yeah, I know, but I mean a clue from you, not a clue from like, because I feel like those entries don't help with much.
They did not help for shit.
I mean, yeah. Well, you're so far into the game now that if I give you a hint, it's almost giving it to you because I'm not very clever.
This is ball sack. So we know it's a. If you remember, did we conclude that it was a first evolution?
Yes.
It's
First
a
evolution.
rock type.
Rock. That does not have a tail.
Does it have any other evolutions?
As of Generation 2, no. Oh, you son of a bitch. It does later, yes. But
Oh, what?
he's like, you're going to hate yourselves when you find out.
I'm just going through all the rock types I know in Pokemon in general. Right. Do Graveler, obviously Onyx, obviously. And it's not a dual type.
No.
I can't think of it for the life of me.
Is fuck.
You are going to hate yourself.
Is it shaped like a moon or a sun?
No.
That guy's rock type?
Solrock and Luna, whatever would be.
Oh, yeah. We probably are going to hate ourselves.
I think we have to agree to forfeit. I can't think of anything else, and I have to get out of here in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah, she was Tanner doesn't
Yeah.
figure it out. Balls.
It's the whack part. But I'm stumped right now anyway.
How-
Even with reading the things, it's like
What if we gave up all of the rest of our things for a hint and then we get one more guess? I mean, we're going to have to
It's a little much anyway, but
We're going to have to forfeit 2. We already lost 2 of them. So
I
we
will
might...
give you a guess, but I'm not going to give you the points for the Pokemon because I'll give you a clue.
All right.
All right, here's the unedited Pokédex entry. I had to change it a little bit.
okay.
So he's a cheater. No,
It disguises itself as a tree to avoid attack. It hates water, so it will disappear if it starts raining.
Now I know what it is. It's the frickin' tree thing that you squirt with the water bottle.
Oh, the not bonsai, but
No. Pseudo voodoo or whatever.
Yeah, Pseudo-Udo.
All right. We don't get points for that one. I'll give us a hint for the next one. See if I can figure that one out too, and then we'll.
Is that the one that you only get?
I hate you so much, Zach.
So he's like
It's a freaking tree. Why is it a rock type?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, and you only get one of those throughout the game. Yeah. So it's not even like a Pokemon you run into in the wild.
Nope. And you never want to catch it because it sucks.
Screw you, Zach.
All right, what's a hint for
so this is a fighting type baby Pokemon introduced in Generation 4.
I knew it, but I can't think of its name.
Baby type, you said?
It levels up when it has a high friendship during the day.
So you did have it right.
And evolves. What?
Well, he was on the right track.
He was on the right track.
It's a baby. The problem is, like, yeah, obviously, I never played Gen 4.
Yeah. All right, what is it?
Riolu.
Oh.
Evolves into Lucario. Yep.
I literally don't know what that is. I would have been no help.
Right.
Riolu.
Yes. Yep. All right. Anyway, we gotta start wrapping this up because we got work and stuff tonight. So that's it. That's the 2020 Game Awards and Pokemon 80 questions. Congratulations to Zach and congratulations to Logan for stumping the boys.
We hate you so much.
Logan stumped you on Articuno. Zach got you on Pseudo Wudo, and then I got you on Riolu. That was me. So
I hate you as well.
I knew you'd put a Gen 4 in there.
You've never gotten one yet. So
I completely forgot that was a fighting type.
Because I didn't play Gen 4 yet.
Yeah.
I was say I don't think I've played. Was that in Crystal or Emerald? Riolu?
Diamond.
I've never played Diamond.
Well, you play Pokemon Go religiously. Like it's all over.
I know, but I just.
Anyway, thanks guys for watching. I know it's been a long episode, but we decided to merge the two episodes together. It was really fun. If you guys loved the awards show, man, let us know because we'd like to do it maybe again next year. I mean, if it's fun. Follow us on Facebook at Velocity Entertainment, at YouTube for Velocity Entertainment 360, and then podcast services all around the world. You can check us out. Next week, the Disney tournament will give us Mulan and Brother Bear for the first round. We'll watch Mulan and Brother Bear. We will also have a guest who wanted to come on and talk about both of the movies in this week's.
That'll be a good one.
So keep an eye out on Discord. I'll probably put up her Twitch handle and stuff so you guys can go and watch her stream and see who she is before she comes and talks. So thanks guys for listening. Thanks you guys for playing. Sorry about the L's.
Yeah.
We love you guys. Have a happy new year, and we will see you next year. See ya.
Kisses.